but a real big one on the program here tonight. As I mentioned, this is the 40th anniversary of stock cars here in Palmerston North. The program, I think, says February the 22nd. It was actually February the 23rd, 1963 at 8 o'clock at night that it was blasted off here, and depending on who you listen to, it was between 12 and 16,000 spectators that night. And get this, no, I was here on the second night actually. I heard about it from down in Upper Hutt, where I was serving my time as a motor mechanic apprentice down there, and thought, well, I've just got to see this. I couldn't believe what I've been told, and so afterwards I came and I was hooked. 50 cents to get in and 20 cents for the kids. It was in those days. Only
2 shillings.
Yeah, 2 shillings. Well, of course, I've just converted it over. People wouldn't know what shillings are. 14 cars, 40 stock car champs here tonight. 3 heats, 26 cars approximately in there, and should be good stuff running the New Zealand Championship format.
Points are very important this season too at all classes. Points are very, very important with an added incentive to keep drivers on the base and to keep new fads, you can say. Through Harvard World Travel in Terracent, there's a trip at the end of the season for the top points holder in each class. And it's a great trip. It's all expenses paid. It's a real good prize. So there's a lot on offer, a lot of incentive, entertaining speedway action for this year.
Right, let's go with the program now. Here we go. Pay shoot about to leave the track. Once that pay shoot leaves the track, they will be racing. It will be over 8 laps. This will be. Keep your eyes on number 9, Kerry Humphrey, sitting there on the second row, ready to go. Here we go. Guy on the inside there with number 45 was a little bit of sleep. Evan Humphrey finally gets it fired up and going now, but not before the number 41 car of Grant Walsh has steamed away to a very good lead as he gets down to that bottom bend on the first line. No practice, of course, during the week here, and everybody has to take it for how they are. Set them up for this. Hope they go forward race. Going hard around the outside of the 68 car. Richardson, he picked up about 6 and 8 places there in that opening lap there, so good forward movement by him. And the man that was a little slow to go there, number 45, Evan Humphrey, holding on to that third spot as they get down into that bottom bend for the second time. Everybody's still low while making a great slide here in the oval there. That Arena 1, right on the 40th anniversary night. 41 car as he comes past the third gate. Far behind him, number 19 car is on the fourth place, that's Russell Parker. Behind him, number 9, Kerry Humphrey. Keep your eyes on Kerry Humphrey. I think the track's a little bit drier than this, I would suspect, and wanted him to start making a bit of a movement. 83 Regan Law was back in the back 6th place in the white car. Somebody dragging the chain right down the very back. He's a newcomer here anyway. That's the number 8 car of Dean Watts. Went up the tail of the car. Hugging that pole line there, number 41 Grant Walsh. That's your lead car. If you make his way to the back straight one more time. Watts Richardson still holding on safely there in second place. And also 7 Humphrey back in the third. 9 Kerry Humphrey. A little bit of a movement going on further back in the field there. There's somebody getting up into a limited pain place, I should say, but he gets a little bit of a hook from the car that he tries to get past the 19 car there of Russell Parker was. So gets a bit of a heave as he comes down that main straight there. 45, Evan Humphrey around the outside. He goes to the Dean Watts car. Number 8 to get the feel of the track. Number 9, Kerry Humphrey's done warm to his task. This car in front though is going very, very well with the lead car. And number 41 car of Grant Walsh, here he is, coming down through the Pascal Street turn into the main straight. He'll come a little bit of slower traffic in front of him, and he just shoves them out of the way. 1200cc motors and all these cars here. Number 9, Kerry Humphrey, there getting on the back of Evan Humphrey, 45 Evan Humphrey. Does a little bit of pace. Kerry Humphrey's starting to go a lot quicker.
Kerry certainly picked up the space.
Yeah, Grant Walsh, though, he's made an absolute fly here in the opening event here tonight. Here he comes down through the main straight. This is the lead car all by himself. Now running into the loads of Ross Richardson had a little bit of a moment there. Lost a little bit of momentum there for a second or two. But 45 Evan Humphrey to get right up on the inside of him. He's lost a little bit of movement coming down off that end of the main straight there. Evan Humphrey paid the penalty now. 9 Kerry Humphrey's going to be able to also get up the inside of him as well. So Ross Richardson looked very good in the opening lap there. Went very, very quick on that track, was a little slippery. Now starting to dry out a bit. The setup not quite handling the track right. But still this number 41 car. That's your lead car past the pit gate. You go real hot foot for down in front of the city. Grant Walsh is the man. Good battle here going on. But a smoke starts to come from the number 9 car in third place there. He latches onto the back bumper of Evan Humphrey just in front of him. 83 also going well too. Regan Law from the newer coming to the score. Regan starting to close on these two up in front. Look at the shut this leader down though as he gets the white flag. 1 lap to go. The number 41 Grant Walsh through the pit turn he comes. Back there to second, third and fourth going on between Evan Humphrey, number 9 Kerry Humphreys and Regan Law. No, it's not Regan Law, it's the number 33 car was. That's the car of Scotty. Scotty Chris Richardson in the yellow car on the board. There's the pace chute moving them away. The flashing lights are on. Not racing until the lights go out. The green lights come on. The green flag is displayed for the field as well. That's when the racing starts. The first lap starts again. Count the first time they go past the through. That's when the first lap officially starts. 57, that's Ken Tippett. The tank look-alike. I'm Kerry Humphries alongside of him. Behind him is the 68 car of Ross Richardson. Right away we go. We get the pretty early start there with the number 45 currently. It's always very quick at Bevan Humphrey when he gets the lights it up early in the meeting there. Let's see if he can hold that advantage.
Nick Weeder, number 97.
Write it down there. Won't remember that. First lap got clear of the lead against the Larry Burley alongside of him. There's Kerry Humphrey. He's a good beginner too. He's holding the middle of the track. That's where the drive line will appear. When he's been successfully got through that first part of the race, and that's usually the danger part of it. They come round here and back towards the right towards the field here, and it's Nick Werder, is it? Nick Weeder. Nick Weeder. We couldn't get there. Lost the name out of that first round. Chris Hardy, keep an eye on it, 37. Bouncing off the ball. Bevan Humphrey's established a pretty good opening lead here, though. Larry Burley at number 16 is the car that's running in second place. Here comes the lead car in the main straight. Further back at line, and number 9, Kerry Humphrey, he's another one that's fallen back into the realms that they also ran. I think he might have a bad problem there. Kerry Humphrey got the ball, he's bouncing around the top before stay on the racing line. Right in front, Tyler's gone back on it. So there's 9 problems to very good one of our top cars as well. 80 Alan Samuel, the other one that gets really shoved right back too.
First, second and third taking a good lead away from the rest of the pack.
Look at the pressure, number 88, Andrew Humphrey is putting on Larry Burley. He's all over the back, he's looking for an opening left, right. I think if you sort of under the middle, down halfway down one of those stretches, he's having good more passing speed there. The tangle down the bottom bend, left a couple of cars stranded down there too, locked together, but there is no danger. Patience went over there, put a look over there, the 47 and the 97 cars, but no top left over the left. 45 Bevan Humphrey, that's the lead car halfway down the grandstand straight. See Larry Burley seems to be shaking off Andrew Humphrey there for a second or two. The 88 car was really putting pressure on him a couple of laps earlier on. Seems to drop off the pace a little bit now. Really have spread themselves over a lot of territory here, and I think the 88 car's got him on the top of the line. And down the window. And he's really starting to slow down. So Andrew Humphrey, that car, number 89 is starting to pick up the pace of that car of Blair Lockett. He might challenge you for that third place before much longer. And 88 Andrew Humphrey, there's looking like he's out. White flag effect goes out now. White flag to Bevan Humphrey. Larry Burley not too far away from him. Humphrey has some problems down the next round. Then he gets past off that back market. There's no problem. Drive off through, sail off. Bevan Humphrey is on a bend unchallenged here. And he scored another good win there to Bevan Humphrey. Larry Burley, another one to go. A great race here. Only 9 opening races to take the winning top there. It's the best normal pass. Good win there to Bevan Humphrey. Who's going to get that third place in? It's going to be Claire Lockett. Claire Lockett got a hurt ahead of Andrew Humphrey. Chris Richardson's next one home. And then the number 5, Gavin Lemon. Gavin Lemon, number 5. Grant Walsh at number 41 coming across the line after him.
Seeing the pace that those guys are going at, when you compare it with the youth when he stopped early.
93, John McMillan in 54 comes in the line. Alongside of him is the 22 car. The car is still there. Is that a change here? This is on my screen, and I think it's when they come around in front of us anyway, there's obviously been somebody using somebody else's little heater box. Well, here it is, way down the bottom. Mark Cutler. It's a Mark Cutler. What's Mark Cutler? I thought on the program here for me. Maybe when we go back to the old start, maybe fine in a 92. Russell Parker at number 90, he's ready to go. So Daniel Lockwood at number 58, 58, 51. 41 Grant Walsh, he drives on him. He's a man with a little bit of pace. 6 car is Steve Thompson. Long around front. Another big field of Ministocks here again. Remember, the group position changes as the night progresses. Those that run up the front of the opening race don't necessarily get a start in the front again until late in the event. Away we go. Evan Lammers gets away pretty well in the number 5 car. Quite well with that bad trouble earlier. Gavin Lammers being from 93 Aaron Rowe. Mark Cutler in third place. Dave Reynolds in the concrete wall hard down in front of us in the 92 car. 41 Grant Walsh as expected got away to an absolute fire. 68 runs hard into the back of the 80 car of Alan Samuels down in front of us here. Number 33 facing round the wrong way with nowhere to go out there and looking at all the traffic coming straight towards you. Right, they come around this Scott Eastwood's car one. John McMillan's got going again. All the rest of the field are up and fired and away they go again. Good battle going on up front between these two cars. Looks so good early tonight. Side by side racing down. 93 Aaron Rowe on the inside. 5 Gavin Lammers. He's the leader. Got about a length advantage as they get off the end of their back straight. 22 Mark Cutler's the man that's running up in the third place. Here comes number 41 Grant Walsh on the charge. Get a little bit of extra drive. You see a little bit of stuff coming off the back wheels. You see a bit of tail wheel coming out of their bottom end. 41 power Grant Walsh. He can find a little bit more weight by the second. The track starts to dry out a little bit. 19 Russell Parker tucks it behind him. Good charge coming in from the number 6 car of Steve Thompson. Evan Humphrey's right in behind him at number 45. Remember, he was the winner of the opening event here tonight. Let's see how he can tackle these next two laps. He's only about 100 metres off the leader. So that's down to about a 70 metre gap now. Down across the start finish line, nothing but this front bunch. It's not going to go anywhere. Number 5, Gavin Lammers, threading his way through the back markers. 93 Aaron Rowe still right there with us. 22 Mark Cutler and 41 Grant Walsh. Chuck a blanket over these guys or a big tough hole one anyway. 5 Gavin Lammers down on the inside. He still holds the lead. Here comes Darren Rowe looking for somewhere to go. He can't find a way past. He's down the way. He's down the way. He's still back down to the inside. Now I'll take the racing line. I might push it out of the way a little bit. So 93 Aaron Rowe takes up the running from 5 Gavin Lammers. Here's 41 Grant Walsh. He's keen to get on the job. He shoulders his way. Does a bit of passing. I think he does it by trail, they call it.
Mark Cutler up as well as 22 car.
The 4 of them. Nothing between the whole 4 of them. They come round to salute the judge for one more lap.
You get everything down.
93 Aaron Rowe. He's for lead down. Number 5 gets the big shot from number 41 Grant Walsh. 22 coming to lead the hand. Mark Cutler. 45 Bevan Humphrey. He was the winner out of all that. He's the man that stuck himself up into what equals second place. Get down into that bottom bend down there, he may be up to some end place. 41 trying to hold him out there. 45 Bevan Humphrey. Well, that's starting to take away. The lead car is 93 Aaron Rowe. Here he comes quite this way to the back market. Got a bit of a break over 45 Bevan Humphrey. 41 Grant Walsh still keen to go on with the job again. Losing a little bit of pace and getting off the pace a little bit now. 22 Mark Cutler. He got involved heavily in that. The big loser out of it was the number 5 car. But he back down to about 9th place. The car of Gavin Lammers. Have a look and see how they come down the main straight here. Sorry, they come down across the start of the line. Wayne Leg goes down. Lead car 93 Aaron Rowe. 45 Evelyn, 45 Evan Humphrey though. He's stuck right up there. He's in with a good challenge here. This could be right down to the wire this one though. Get into that bottom field for the last time. Let's see what Aaron Rowe can do. 41 Grant Walsh. Can he come back? 45 Evan Humphrey. And 41 coming there as well. It's Evan Humphrey. Who's going to get it on the inside? 93 gets it on the outside. Aaron Rowe, 93 would get it from Bevan Humphrey. Grant Walsh was right there with him as well. He would finish in third place. 58 Daniel Lockwood would get the 4th place. That was a great race, that one. All honours would do the end of it. Go to the 93 car of Aaron Rowe. Bevan Humphrey comes in the ramp. Grant Walsh was giving him a big shove at the same time too. Somebody's erupted in a bit of a cloud of smoke down here. Must be the smoke at time. It's just a 58 is Daniel Lockwood. 88 is Andrew Humphreys. They're lining him up down there. Just waiting for the tractor to come out through the gates, get the gates shut again.
Just had word about that youth stock before, number 82, didn't know was driving. Jason Larson
Walsh, I tell you, when he gets the pedal to the metal, have a look at him dive up the inside, will you, to get that, grab that early lead. Somebody else did a little bit of a passy manoeuvre on the grass down there, but he got away with it. Something sort up into about third or fourth place, and already there's John McMillan again. The checkered history continues, but it's a facing the traffic along the ground. Evan Humphrey's another one. Our front runs in and on the end, but facing the wrong way to on the infield for a lap or two. But look at him. 89 there, he's got a big clear lock. He's got a big shove going on here. One of these guys are going to roll themselves over in a minute there. It's ducking all over the place. 93, he's in trouble down there. 28's in trouble too. Dave Reynolds in the 92 car. The 33 car, he's stalled there. 92 are back. He gets back into the hunt again. Oh, real tense mess up there.
So there's no points for a rollover.
It's like somebody chucking diesel down in a big car park on a Friday night and watching that big pile up. 41 Grant Walsh, they've shown them a very clean pair of back wheels as he goes off the end of that grandstand straight over there. Chasing hard and behind him though is Kerry Humphreys in the number 9 car. See what Kerry Humphrey can do. Can he piggyback? Grant Walsh has been a pretty quick car here. Here they come. Kerry Humphrey, slightly slower line on the track. 88 Andrew Humphreys and 18 Alan Saville. 22 Mark Cutler. 89 Blair Lockett. 68 also into the back straight is Ross Richardson. Keep our eyes on this lead car. Here comes the lead car, the number 41 car of Grant Walsh into the main straight again. With his way down through that bottom bend. Here he comes on the end of that straight now. Number 9 Kerry Humphrey really hasn't made too much ground to go over that last lap. And the car is the 41 car halfway down the grandstand straight. That's your leader. Number 9's starting to put the pace on a little bit now, Kerry Humphrey.
He's having a bit of a tangle at 33 as he's getting past him. He's just slowing Kerry down a little bit, but he's clear now. He'll have the 41 on the side.
Lead car's got a pretty handy sort of a lead.
Here comes Kerry Humphrey though, that's number 9.
A couple of good wins on opening night here. Hasn't been right near the pace tonight, Kerry Humphrey. In the earlier race here tonight, was up to the then got stunned and pulled the man towards the back of the field. This time he's got a chance. Here he comes on the charge now. 41 Grant Walsh. Now there's 6 other cars up in front of him here. Anything could happen here as they wend their way through all this traffic. Who will take the right line? Who'll make the good mistake? Who'll make the good fortune? Who'll make the mistake? Number 9 Kerry Humphrey certainly got right into the back wheel track to 41 Grant Walsh now. These two locked together. And there's a little bit of pushing, shoving down here. Grant Walsh and Kerry Humphrey's going to look at the inside run. They are side by side, 1 and 2. They come round.
This is great stuff.
Who's going to yield here? 9 Kerry Humphrey gets the lead at the end of it all. White flag about to come out, I would think. Shortly next lap around, it should be the white flag lap. That's the 6th lap they just finished there.
The 2 leaders coming around to the grandstand now. 9 just marginally ahead to 41.
All the way back to number 88, it would be Andrew Humphreys is in fact running in 3rd place in this one. Then behind him would be the 89 car of Blair Lockett.
Kerry Humphrey in the 9 car starting to pull away now. He's got a bit of open track in front of him.
White flag goes out to Kerry Humphrey onto his last lap. The sales manager for Ian Humphrey Motors. Looks like he's got a firm grip on this one. 41 Grant Walsh, 54 John McMillan has another bit of misfortune down in front of us here. He spins around to the rest of the field, just steam around the other. He's off getting out of here.
He always has an exciting night racing, doesn't he?
Does he ever? He gets a good view. He gets all sorts of views. Here he comes, number 9 Kerry Humphrey.
Takes the checkered flag.
Good race again from number 41, good solid stuff from 41 Grant Walsh. Andrew Humphreys makes a good fist of it all in 3rd place, and home he comes. 89 Blair Lockett across the line, the next one home. After that would be Mark Cutler and Alan Saville. Well, look what? Yep.
Sound Auto's car at the end there.
Speedway, and there's a few of them already making it. And of course, the grid draws change as they go through the night. Mini-stock racing, a good way to really get into the form of the Speedway, and there's a few of them already making the jump up into standard stocks. And already one of them, I see Craig Humphreys out there, and he's already gone from standard stocks up to A-grade stock cars. So idea how many laps. It'll be an 8-lap race. It'll be sponsored by McDonald's Drive-Thru. McDonald's Drive-Thru will be featuring on the first program to race here tonight. A few doing it after this one. Number 19, Russell Parker on the pole line as they start to move them away. 16 is Larry Burley, sitting in position number 4. Everybody looking pretty good at this stage here. Number 33 being driven by Scott Eastwood. Nice looking car, that white car, big wing on top of it. Number 6 car, the Profile Mechanical sponsored entry there of Steve Thompson sitting on grid position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back. They'll hit the rolling start. They're probably going to go down this back straight, I would think too. Keep your eye on the 40 goes. Grant Walsh. Grant Walsh has been an absolute revelation. There's also Bevan Humphrey, number 45, making a great beginning. He's 3 his way through 1, 2, 3 of them. Sloman's going to be your early lead. He's the one that's going to pace here. Number 4 getting a bit of a shunt off the track right down the back, Joe Barclay. Number 9 from number 19, that's the way they go. And Scott Eastwood there at number 33, holding that very, very tight line. Have a look at the wicket line that Brett Sloman picked as he came out of that corner there. He picked up 2 or 3 extra lengths on everybody else there. He manoeuvred his car into position and he put his car into very comfortable level. Not quite so tidy, that one. Not quite so tidy, but the rest of them having a big time old battle in behind him. So a little bit of real estate between him and the man in second place, which is now number 33, Scott Eastwood. Steve Thompson's going extremely well there on the number 6 car. He's threaded his way through about 3 or 4 cars on that last lap. Got himself up into 3rd place. They charge on Evan Humphrey there, number 45. Grant Walsh sitting in front of him. He's not in front of him. Grant Walsh is not keen though, and he's keen to push him out of the way if he can. Brett Sloman though, he's looking going extremely well out there in the Ed Humphrey Motors car. Yeah, he really has got this one by the short and curlies. Number 33, Scott Eastwood. Can't seem to shake number 6, Steve Thompson off. Number 19, Russell Parker, not too far away from the meter. Also number 45, 16, Larry Burley. He's still back in that 2 or 3 place, but still on the pace. Still up there with them. Down the straight they come. And at the end of the that's Brett Sloman, well, there in the lead. You think he's been doing mini-stock racing all season the way he's going there. 153 gets a bit of a tail spin as he gets pushed out of the way there by the 92 car driven by Dave Reynolds as he comes through the 153 team vehicle. We'll see him later on number 4, I would think, when we get the Demolition Derby out on the third team vehicle. We'll probably better know, but Scott Eastwood's got a bit of a backwards passage coming through that last back there. Then number 16, Thompson, right away into second place now. Up comes the number 88 car, Andrew Humphrey. Now he's come from the absolute clouds to get up there and run into 3rd place in this one. So that car is really fired up. We saw it there extremely well here a couple of years ago too. Back in November, sure, it was correctly on story to become a checkered flag. So Andrew Humphrey, number 88, is a man on the move and a man on a mission. 9 leads and through the past the gate goes the 9 car of Brett Sloman. 6 Steve Thompson, 8 Andrew Humphreys, then 41 Grant Walsh, 33 Scott Eastwood, Bevan Humphrey at 45, then Larry Burley, number 16, then the number 21 car. I think that's the go for the next one. I'm going to see the number on the side of the number 20. But it's spread themselves out right around the whole track here. And boy, the left starts to take away is the number 9 car, Brett Sloman. Now 88's car starting to get a little closer to Steve Thompson there with the 2nd and 3rd place. He's trying to blanket over the next 6 of the boat. 92 Dave Reynolds after putting somebody in a tail, but he's coming to join the party and he's running up to the 8th or 9th place in this one. Here's the lead car, here comes through the bottom bend down there, number 9, Brett Sloman. Doing a great job out in front. White flag's out. There he goes, the white flag, 1 to go. 16 Thompson, here's the challenge for 2nd and 3rd. Andrew Humphreys on the inside there in the number 88 car, number 16 Thompson on the outside of him. Let's see what Andrew Humphreys can do. Bit of traffic coming up in front of who's going to pick the right line here. 16 Thompson, he goes towards the outside of the leader, no problem with the number 9 car. He's going to get the win, who's going to get 2nd and 3rd, that's what it's all about. Number 9, Brett Sloman gets the win. 88 does it, Andrew Humphreys is the man. 88 Andrew Humphreys came from a long way back, number 6 Steve Thompson, then 41 Grant Walsh and 33 Scott Eastwood. And boy, they've got somebody who's been up and over the wall there, right on the start-finish line. Somebody there got a big tag right when the race was all over.
At the start of that race, Grant Walsh, the 41 car, was the
Yellow car. 56, Paul Wilson coming line up. 57, Ken Tippett. Strange looking piece, that one. He's out there ready to go. 85 and number 7, the last 2 to line. Number 7, Tony Francis. Before Joe Barclay on the inside of the front row. dive off the track, is he not? He's a little slow to go. Andrew Humphreys, he judges it very, very well. He makes a very good beginning. Andrew McKeeman a bit slow to go, and he's hit the wall very heavily already down there. He gets a big punch on the backside there by one of the blue cars. Not sure whether it was the number 9 car, French one or somebody. Gave him a big deal. He's right down the back of the field. Number 7, I think it is, also parked up down there as well. 45 Bevan Humphrey, he made an absolute flyer from well back in the field, and he was about 6 or 7 when they let him go, and he reaps around the outside of Andrew Humphrey's car and takes up the lead. So 45 Bevan Humphrey, not sure whether those 88 cars got himself a problem or not. Seems to be going very, very slowly compared to what he was doing when he was out in the last race. 45 Bevan Humphrey leads here as they come through from this turn from the 89 car of Blair Locker. And Andrew Humphrey's now starting to get warmed up to the task a little bit. Following him through is the number 5 car of Gavin Lammers. The back they go. Not too much fighting for positions here. One of the cars, I think, way down towards the back of the field there in 97, I think, and that's the car that we're talking about, Queen Manahi. They're getting a bit of a rough treatment, a bit of mishandling. 45 Bevan Humphrey comes through from Blair Lockett, and Humphrey. Ken Tippett, there's the 97 car. Peter getting it all wrong down in front of us here. He's facing around the wrong way. Now he's facing towards the concrete wall. Get a good view of proceedings from there. The sparks coming off the back right-hand wheel guard of the number 7 car, so the steel's been punched in against the wheel on the number 7 car, a bit slowing its progress down a bit. Kevin Humphrey, nothing slowed him down though. There goes the lead car, absolutely flying out in front. Into the grandstand straight he goes to. He's got a big break. He's got the left of the back straight. In fact, over number 89, Blair Lockett, then 88, Andrew Humphrey. They come through in front of us here. Scott Eastwood rolled down on the back. It was the number 9 car driven by Fred Sloman that had that big crank down the bottom end earlier in the proceedings there. He's bringing up the women near the rear of the field here now. Now starting to thread his way through the traffic a little bit as well. 89 Blair Lockett, through he goes. Number 5 starts to get onto the back of the man running in third place. So Gavin Lammers starting to issue a challenge to number 88 Andrew Humphrey. Ken Timmins keeping the watching crease not too far from behind them either. I think that 88 car must have a little bit of a handling problem here. 45 Bevan Humphrey though, have a look at him go. Bevan Humphreys it is. Sheer flying out in front. Bevan Humphrey down the big grandstand straight. He goes where's Blair Lockett there. He's just getting into the grandstand straight. Still this good little battle going on between number 88 and number 5 Gavin Lammers with the number 5 car. He's got the drop on him. He tries for the inside run. Can't quite pull that one on. Pulls back in behind again now to look around the outside. There goes Bevan Humphrey. 89 Blair Lockett. Through he goes. He still holds that second place. Just a battle for second. It's third and fourth here. Andrew Humphrey still manages to hold Gavin Lammers in the 5 car in May. See if he can get the drop on him. Look for the outside run this time. Now he looks back to the inside. So 88. Andrew Humphrey doing a good job of making his car very, very wide for a little Ministock. White flag down. They're in their last lap. 45 Bevan Humphrey, in fact, swings down through the bottom bend there for the last time. Very heady stuff here from Bevan Humphrey. Turned out to be a very good win at the end of it all. Number 7 picking up a big head of smoke. Bevan Humphrey home for the checkered flag. There he is. Amongst all the smoke coming from that number 7 car with the wheel guard crushed against the side. 89 Blair Lockett. He's home for the second place. 88 tailed on that third. He did. 88 Andrew Humphrey just in front of according to me there should be Gavin Lammers. Gavin Lammers in fact missed off the lap story board there for some reason or other. Can't see why where he finished up. He seemed to follow that car all the way throughout it all. I'll check it back a little later on. 8 laps it will be. Spectrum panel made conveniently in Princess Street, right in the centre of town. All work carried out by tradespeople. 89 Blair Lockett sitting on grid position, number 5 ready to go. Watch out for number 41 Grumwald. He likes to get a flyer from there. Away we go. Alan Saville's going to be your early leader as they jockey for positions here into that first turn. Pace really on. No mucking around. Somebody gets a bit of a side swipe and going round and round the circle down there and 80 now on 757, Ken Timmins run 1 and 2 as they come in turn for the first time. Run into somebody gets a bit of a punishment though against the concrete wall over there. Then bottom bend they go. Battle going on for second and third place. Nothing between these front two as well. Ken Timmins around the outside. Try and pick the high road. Settle down on the inside. 93 Aaron as well. There's number 9, Brent Sloman, pushing forward there. Man on the move. Ken Timmett's got the lead off Alan Saville now. So Ken Timmett leads Alan Saville, Aaron Rowe right there with him. They're locking cars around the outside. Big gaggle of cars coming around next. Steve Thompson gets the big push there by 45 Devon Humphrey.
I think Alan Saville's having a little trouble with that car. It's just not on the pace.
Looking so hot earlier in the meeting there, Steve Thompson's going to end up right towards the back of the field, more than half a lap down as the lead car comes down the main straight. Ken Timmett it is. Ken Timmett on the 52nd car. He comes 93 Aaron Rowe. He's on the move. Taking the number 89 Clear Lockett with him. 18 Alan Saville dropped off the pace a little bit over that last lap. 41 Grant Walsh Kinzo run up into the back of the track but not too far away. Number 9 Brent Sloman. Saloon car fade. Scott East with somebody off the track over there. It looks like number 9 car, no wing, catching up on the side of the track over there. Nothing between these three lead cars though as they get into the back straight. 57 lead car, Ken Timmett. 93 Aaron Rowe, Claire Lockett, further back to 41 Grant Walsh, then Brent Sloman. 2 or 3 of them had a bag coming together there down the main straight. 16 Larry Burley, and he's one of them, and also 18 Alan Saville. They're spreading like a bit of a mobile chicane down there now. The leaders come down, they complete themselves another lap, then 5 laps down. Into their 6th lap, and it goes good. Ken Timmett holds them all at bay. Number 9, Brent Sloman, put a big move on 41 Grant Walsh that time through the pit turn. There's Blair Lockett, measuring a challenge to Ken Timmett, and he takes the lead. Blair Lockett sneaks up the inside. Ken Timmett's not keen to give it away. Comes and gives him the big punch, trying to put him off his line straight away, but he doesn't succeed with that. Blair Lockett at number 89, he's the lead car. He's needing a bit of a break on them too. 57 Ken Timmett and 93 Aaron Rowe. Gets a bit of a push that lead car over there too, and they've having a hard shot getting through past one of these back markers down there. And Russell Parker was number 19. Russell Parker was the man that was leading the charge. Back out onto the track goes Gavin Lemons with the number 5 after an excursion on the grass. White flag goes out, 89 Blair Lockett. Didn't see them salute the judge too many times, so it'll be a welcome return to form for Blair Lockett. And it's all going wrong for 1 or 2 of them in behind there. 57 Ken Timmett looks like he's going to hang on and fight for 2nd place. Here comes number 9 Brent Sloman on the charge. Looks like 3rd place is going to be his. Down they come, Blair Lockett. Blair Lockett number 89. He's the one with the checkered flag. He takes the spoils in this one. Ken Timmett with the hard charging Brent Sloman right in behind him for 3rd place. Then it was Aaron Rowe. Devon Humphrey's the next one home from Grant Walsh.
Brent Sloman starting to get the feel of that little car.
88 Andrew Humphrey's there also number 56. Next 2 home there, 56 Paul Wilson. There we go, the Ministocks were down there listed tonight with 97 Graham Ward. Sloman was the man who was 2 Ministocks champion a couple of seasons ago. Switched his attention around to the limited saloon, and we'll be seeing him racing out there in a limited saloon later on in the night. And Kerry Humphreys has led in the car again, so back out there onto the track goes Brent Sloman in search of further honours. Big field of Ministocks to contest the heat 1. 3 heats, the points will be added up as the night continues, and at the end of it all will be tallied up. Keep your eyes on number 41 Grant Walsh. Brent Sloman, one of the hot favourites he will be. He went very well in that car of Kerry Humphreys last weekend here. Steve Thompson, another one, he's going to get a good start. I think Steve Thompson's going to be starting up here in the front of this one in car number 6. Saw that car going extremely fast last weekend. There's Brent Sloman, I can see him lined on the inside row. At number 5 back on the inside row. Position number 9. Aaron Rowe keen to push up on the inside of him as well. And also lending a hand there in the number 27 car of Brenton Hodge. Those down on the inside seem to get a fair bit of drive out of there. There's the number 9 car. We look for Brent Sloman. There he is going hard round the outside out against the concrete there. A little bit of a dangerous position to be if there's somebody else losing. Quite nowhere else to go already. A bit of a tangle round towards the back of the field. Like number 89 the man that's up in third position there was being carried all the way there by the 27 car of Brendan Hodge. He's all broken away from the rest as they come past the spread of number 89 car of Claire Lockett. The back end completely ripped off the jet bar of the car there. The 153 car of Tyler Evans there goes down the front of the red. And so did a bit of a coming together down the bottom there with somebody else has piled into that car down there. I think it's Scott Eastwood in the number 33 car that's gone hard, and there it is. He's keeping Claire Lockett's company down there. But here they come to complete themselves another lap. The 9 car driven in fine fashion here in these three red slopes. Well, they're controlling the situation there. Starts to pick his way through the back markers. He seems to be the man that's got the pace. Here comes the charge now coming from number 45, Bevan Humphrey, and also number 41, Grant Walsh. Both these cars start to pick up a bit of ground and fine style. Remember, the 10-lap race is a little bit longer than most of these guys have been used to, and I'm sure the odd one or two of them are going to find themselves with tyre problems, overheating problems, and things like this. These cars don't do everything for 10 laps like you would expect, like a race red car. Some of these cars will start to tire a little bit as the laps start to tick away. Expect to see some of the others going faster towards the end of the race, while others who are going faster are beginning to see them going a bit slower. Number 9, Red Slope, well in control of the situation. As I said, good battle going on behind them though. 93 there, Aaron Grove, 27, Brendan Hodge managed to take up that second place. He's managed to break clear a little bit there. Looking for racing room down on the inside there is going to be the 87 car of Craig Webb, but there's nowhere to go there. The charge for this third place is really a hard one. 9 goes through to lead, 27 in second place. Now 87 Craig Webb. In 81 they're also getting himself heavily involved in the situation down there. Andrew McKeeman is the man. 41 Grant Walsh, Bevan Humphrey there, all big tangles down here in the pit turn. Everybody avoiding them okay though. One of them backed off, the other one managed to get straightened up quickly enough before the field came round and decimated them there. Number 9 leads, goes to get the track down here by the 27 car. The 27 car starts to pick the pace up a little bit as the race starts to get on and on. I think next time through, about a lap and a half to go. That's the way I make it. Scott Eastwood managed to come halfway down the main straight there. Next time through, you can see the number 9 car driven by Brett Sloman. Get the white flag with the 1 to go. Most of the cars all still mobile. There it goes. 1 to go for Brett Sloman. Still number 27, Brendan Hodge on the charge. He comes 87, Craig Webb, 93, Aaron Grove. Andrew McKeeman at number 81. Number 45, Bevan Humphrey, watches the lead car. Here it comes, a big charge coming from the number 27 car, but I think it's too little too late. Number 9, Brett Sloman's going to have the wheels. He's got the petrol in the tank to see the journey out. Great race from number 27 there, Brendan Hodge, with number 37, Craig Webb. He gets home next place, 93, Aaron Rue, 81, Andrew McKeeman. Number 45 was the next one across the line, Bevan Humphrey. Then this is the number 5 car of Gavin Lemon. Following across the line will be the number 35 car. Then number 16, Thompson, 35 car, of course, was the car looking up and down the list here where it was put at the bottom. I see Graham Bursa, which I didn't see before. Graham Bursa was driving the number 35 car. Great skills shown there by Brett Sloman. It's closed. All the safety requirements, the steel ropes. Paulson
18th place now. It's a long way to come back for Brett Sloman from there, but he showed in the first race here. No, he has the capabilities. Let's see if he's got the car underneath him as well to come back from there. Down they come, number 56 lead. There's only 5 little margins there. 56 lead from 45 Devon Humphrey. Number 16 Thompson does it all wrong by the time it goes into the big tailspin when he was currently running in about 3rd or 4th place in that one there. 56 is the lead car, that's Paul Wilson. In fact, he's not now. The 45 car of Bevan Humphrey. Bevan Humphrey has taken up and running now. Here comes the lead. Then the 83 car of Regan Ward. 93 Aaron Rowe. 28 Chris Richardson. The next one they go through. Then the 58 car. He started from up on the pole position. Remember Barry Ward back into about Barry Ward running back in 6th place. Then Dave Reynolds at number 92. And number 27 Brendan Hodge coming in about 8th place. That's the way they run back to about 8th place in the second heat for the Ministocks here tonight. 45 just past the pit gate. He's the lead car. Then the 56 car and Paul car behind him. The 83 car. There's Aaron Rowe trying to put a move on that car just up in front of him there. Side run, they back to the outside run. So Regan Lawson under heavy attack, 83 by number 93, Aaron Rowe. Chris Richardson's not too far away as well. He's getting himself into a challenging position as number 45, Devon Humphrey reels off another lap. Nothing between the next 3 for the second place. 56, number 93, and also number 83. Brendan Hodge and number 27 got onto the back bumper of Chris Richardson's number 28. And second place is what the battle is really all about here. They're having a great little tussle as the 3 of them come charging through their bottom left end there. Number 56 still holds their place. 45 Devon Humphrey, he's the lead car. Second, but only by a whisker here. 56 car, but now he gets shunted out of it all. Pressure just had to tell, but he comes charging back. Great mini-stock racing, these 3 cars. Have a look at the 3 of them. All alongside. Oh, somebody else has to be applying the ointment to get in the way. Bang! He smacks one of them out. So one of the tail end Charlies takes out one of the hard charges down the bottom end there and hooks him high up into the fence down there.
It's limited contact, of course, on this
So
race.
83, 38 was... Signal's about to be given the go of the race again. Here we go. Cars away over 745. That 56 got round the outside again. Here we go. Oh, there he is, way down the bottom bend. Sorry, way down the bottom bend. I was confusing another car that very similar to was sitting on the start finish line. But here's the lead car. Number 45 Bevan Humphrey reels off another lap. That's 8 laps. 2 laps to go for him. He's got a very good lead actually. 56 Paul Wilson might be making his way up to second place again. The challenge is all over. Here comes number 27 Brendan Hodge up the inside of him. That 56 car slammed into 60 Larry Burley. 92 Dave Reynolds also went hard in there as well. Stalled out against the concrete wall out there, and Larry's okay. White flag, lead on a white flag, 1 to go. Bevan Humphrey, not putting it out in front. Big battle going on behind him though. 27 Brendan Hodge, 93 Aaron Rowe, 56 Paul, the back right hand wheel guard ripped off that car. Hanging loose and waving in the breeze with number 28 Chris Richardson kept on his back bumper with 45. Well done, Bevan Humphrey. He gets the checker. By a very long margin at the end of it all. 27 Brendan Hodge is going to get the second place from number 93 Aaron Rowe. Number 28, I think 28 might have just got in front of him. 28 he's got in front of the in fact Paul Wilson being credited as finishing in front of Chris Richardson with 89 for their Lockett. Their Lockett coming out next, and it was 16 from 18 Alan Stavel right there at the end of it all. And just looking to see where Brett Sloman finished. Brett Sloman at the end of it all has finished himself in 16th place after winning that first one, having that big tangle early in the race, so that's going to put a serious dent in his chances to take away the title here for the second time. 81. 45 Devon Humphrey sure to be hard charging when they come through. 27 making his way over to the starting line. 47 back at the field here.
Number 6 car for Steve Thompson, that right rear wheel guard missing, so he's been watered on the track.
Yeah, just went to the main road. Dave Brennan to get on the inside of the front road. Live Gavin Lemons. 81 Andrew keeping him stuck.
So just celebration over there in front of the grandstand. So Bevan Humphrey, number 45, he's the one that gets the white flag. Bevan Humphrey onto the last lap, chased by number 9, Brett Sloman. 89, Blair Lockett. Where's the 93 car? There he is. He's Aaron Rowe. I think he's got this one all sewn up. I would say it's going to be 81, Aaron Rowe. Bevan Humphrey, in fact, he could be the one. He's got a lot of points too. Who's it going to be? Bevan Rowe or Aaron Rowe or Bevan Humphrey? I think it's Bevan Humphrey. Number 45, Bevan Humphrey. He gets the win. Let's have a quick check on the points and see what we go. Bevan Humphrey. So Bevan Humphrey would in fact be the champion. It'll be Aaron Rowe going to get second place. So Bevan Humphrey first across the line and number 89 there, Lockett followed. Red Slope, then it was Grant Bolton, then Aaron Rowe. So by my reckoning up here, all unofficial, of course, I make it that where Bevan Humphrey would get the thing by about 4 points. Fastest lap of the race was 22.42, put up by Craig Webber, car number 87, that was on the 10th lap. So Craig Webber finished in 6th place in that one. Brendan?
Right, mate. Went through the gates there, number 85, just down on the front Grand Eagle with the bycast car. 35 Graham Mercer just through the gates. Coming to the back of the field here, number 97 Graham Ward. The Queen of the Big Road 97 car. The Queen is out there in that one. Wayne Coley will be driving Aaron Rowe, number 93 in this car, race 2. Aaron Rowe stand on it. Wayne have a go out there. One of the more successful three-strong races. Wayne Coley, really good turn it off. People out there in the 93 car on this one. Very big field. Very big field. 27th, Brendan Lodge, extremely well last weekend, second in the Manama 2 Championships. 45, of course, Bevan Humphrey took away the championship with about a 3-point gap. Just fair over there, Brendan and Aaron Rowe at third place, 1 point further back behind Brendan Lodge. Very, very close in the opening Manama 2 Championship for the season. Last week down the list, I see that Gareth Prentice is out there. Gareth Prentice is out there having a turn in the 58 car, so everybody keen to have a go at these little wee cars. 1200cc Datsun or Toyota Motors. Transmission must belong to the same engine manufacturer, same with the rear end. These everything about the whole car, the suspension, other than the body and everything must be in the Toyota or Datsun, and it's 1200cc. All rated exactly the same. She'll get it as the new Manama 2 champion right down to the very back of this one in car number 45. Brad England and the Bycast car number 85. Here we go. We get underway. The movement as they go up here to the back 377 poles. That's got away okay, but a little slow. Chris Richardson's going to be up and get hard around the outside of the early leader as they come into the main straight for the first time. Let's see how the rest of them pan out. The first 12 dozen 20 of them, they look pretty good sort of cycle they pan in there. And the Larry Burley's got away pretty well at 16. 81 Andrew McKeeman got away well. He's going to be the fighter for the lead as they go down in front of the grandstand and let's see what he can do. Andrew McKeeman's on his way. They lead side by side as they peel into the national turn for the second time. 1200cc revving their hearts out. They stream right around and I think Ken Tippett by the look of it over there, 57. Ken Tippett's about the only one that's had any accidents, if you want to call that, on the journey. He's already pulled over to the infield. The rest of them is 81 Andrew McKeeman got himself a little bit too keen there. Got a little bit too keen at 92 in fact. Dave Reynolds. Dave Reynolds slips cleanly round the outside up into the lead. He goes. So Dave Reynolds leads. Andrew McKeeman's the next one to come through. Then 16 Larry Burley a little bit closer to the inside. By the right positions as they come in, Chris Richardson's got a nice line down to the inside, but hold of that high line is Dave Reynolds. 81 Andrew McKeeman decided to make it 3-1. No, there's a car out in front of him. He's to his judgment. Let's see how he fares. Does okay. He spins the car completely round. Doesn't lose any forward momentum. So Andrew McKeeman keeps that place back and fighting for second and third place. Dave Reynolds, though, he slipped the cutter on him. Have a look at him go. He really revs it up. He finds a few extra pounds on the fuel tank here and he flips the fuel drive into extra. And away he goes. Larry Burley's the one to set out to try and break him down if he can. Andrew McKeeman, 41 Grant Bolton. He went extremely well last weekend, but he's another very fast car. He's closing on the east and fourth place. Keep your eyes on it. I bet he narrows the gap down a little bit as the race gets older. 55 further back in the field for the 44 car. All action up front here on this one here. 92 Dave Reynolds. 81 Andrew McKeeman is the main lead car. Sponsored entry. He's one of fighting his way back. He certainly does lead and twist his sort of a path. And I'll tell you what, take nothing away from courage and Chris' determination. He gives all that. Gives it in that middle. Dave Reynolds is still your lead car. They stream through into the main straight again. They come down in. The blue number 92 car leads. 81 Andrew McKeeman. Fighting for that second place here. Nothing between him and number 16 Larry Burley. Still just keeping in the shadows there is 41 Grant Bolton. Steve Thompson picked up ground and fine style there in the number 6 car. And also 87 Craig Webb.
there, Dave Reynolds. He's trying to skip the cutter on him as soon as they let him go. But he's not quite onto the job. Can't get the pace onto those back wheels early in the convenience, and there he comes the big charge around the outside and also down the inside. So really nice Dave Reynolds. Yeah, Lockett's made a great against the 89 car. He's going to be chasing the hard behind the 93 car around the road. Stick away from him a little bit. 45, Devon Humphrey, the new man of a 2 mini-stock champion. He started from up near the front this time, so keep your eyes on him. Big tangle further back in the field here with number 44, Steve Butcher, the main culprit or the main guy that gets hit the most. The main straight leg from Aaron Rowe, 93 seems to big battle for second and third between the number 5 car and Gavin Lemon, 89 Blair Lockett on the outside of him. 92 Dave Reynolds, got 45 Devon Humphrey leaving on his back bumper. Number 6 Steve Thompson, he's keeping the pounce as well, so these four, nothing between them. Aaron Rowe's getting away from them though. Aaron Rowe, a lot of street stock experience behind him, and he's been around this track a number of times. There was no the fastest line here in the track during the night. One of these other drivers with a little less experience than whatever Aaron Rowe is, he might have to be a very old chasing. But their Lockett goes a much improved race. That's certainly what I've been impressed with the way this guy's improving all the time. Dave Reynolds sits out from behind the car in front of him to see if he can't put a manoeuvre on him, but they just lost a little bit of pace and immediately slips back in behind him again. But it's drafting going on to get a little bit of pace up there. There's really no effect here by jumping out of that drafting trail. 45 Devon Humphrey, another one that's dropped out from behind and see if he can get up the inside of Dave Reynolds, but he loses ground in the process. 56 gets for long, gets the hard slap by 41 Grant Walsh for his troubles. 57 Ken Tippett. He loses it off the end of the grandstand straight. That's a good look at the traffic coming towards him. 89 Glenn Lockett. Racing hard on this lead car of 93 Aaron Rowe. He's managed to break into the second place quite clearly now. Number 5 Devon Humphrey leading the charge behind him. Dave Reynolds and also 45 Devon Humphrey starting to thread their way through the traffic. Some impressive driving out by some of these drivers here tonight. Oh, Dave Reynolds, he gets a clip and he gets straightened up again. Can he bounce back from that or not, or can he just lose all momentum and his tail is out the back of the field? Very fast to the opening event here tonight. He seems to have picked up the pieces okay. Back on the job again. Alan Staffel driving the number 9 car. The lead car, here he comes into the main straight. 81 Andrew McKeeman looks impressive first time out tonight. Not so good this time. He has to spin down on the start of his line. 93 lead. There he is out wide on the track through the grandstand straight goes 93 Aaron Rowe. He's your lead car. 89's in second place. That's Blair Lockett. In the number 5 car, Gavin Lemon. He's hotly challenged there by 41 Grant Walsh. Looks for an inside runner there. Somebody gets spun down around the bottom end. Looks like it's number 7 Tony Francis. It is 7 Tony Francis. And also somebody, white flag goes there. Somebody hard into the side of the turn. I think there was one of the challenges up there from the leader. Number 5, Gavin Lemon was the other one that went round. Also the 37 car. So well into the last lap. 93 Aaron Rowe. Swinging down through the bottom end from the last time. No danger in the feet here from Aaron Rowe. Leads him a very old chase. Get the checkered flag out. Here he comes. Aaron Rowe. 77 goes hard and into the wall with a 5 charges into the side of him with 83 Aaron Rowe takes the checkered flag. 485 Fred England. He's really got the thing into the stick here. Just put the boy a car that's gone heavily into the top of the wall. He bounced off. And he's sidelined from over here, and I hope he's okay. There's a very heavy tumble down there. Great drive by Aaron Rowe. That third placing last weekend in the Man of the 2 Mini-Stock Championship was no fluke. There's the car. Away we go. Devon Humphrey just blocked for a little bit of room there to find a path through there and carve his own way through to get up into second place. Grant Walsh made a good beginning. The rest of the field safely away. They make their way into their bottom bend there. There's somebody going very slowly. Going to pop a bit of backwash from behind. I think it was the 37 car. The 37 car was the one that was very quick. 27 Brendan Hodges got himself a problem. Also the number 8 car of Keith Watt. They end up getting scooted off the track. Grant Walsh got in front though. Grant Walsh gets in front from 45 Devon Humphrey. Down towards the back of the field there, number 55 doing a big spin out on the track there as well as no, number 55 actually. Come down looks like they really have sorted themselves out. Somebody banked into the fence down there, or sideways into the fence down there. And I think that's the 37 car with Dave Reynolds, 92 in behind him. So draw number 37 down there, Chris Harding. And Dave Reynolds not having a happy time. And the 37 car can't get it fired up and get out of harm's way again. Trying as hard as he possibly can. But the battle, have a look at this four here. The four that are going hammers and tongs at it. 41 Grant Box lead. 45 Bevan Humphrey. There's Blair Lockett down to the inside. Dave Reynolds is right there with them as well.
Blair Lockett's got the lead.
Blair Lockett comes through to lead this one. Number 89, Blair Lockett. He takes up the running from 41 Grant Box. Then 45, Bevan Humphrey. The next one to go through is the 58 car. 58 car is the car of Gareth Prentice. Gareth Prentice, driver on board there with number 9, Alan Saddle, not too far behind him. Blair Lockett though.
Great run.
He's been an absolute revelation in the last few meetings here. He has been going faster and faster and faster all the time, and he hasn't shut it down either. The show night here. 45 and 41 run side by side. Blair Lockett's the one that's creeping away in front. Number 9, Alan Saddle, he can't find any more gas in the tank to pick up the pace anymore. And also Gareth Prentice, although Gareth Prentice seems to find a little bit more pace off the end of the main straight. Through they come again. Blair Lockett 50, Blair Lockett 89. 89 is the lead car. Blair Lockett, here he comes. Past the pit turn. Bevan Humphrey in second place now with 41 Grant Box. Then number 9, Alan Saddle, 58, Gareth Prentice, number 16, Tom. He's right in the thick of things as well. Dave Reynolds recovering from that early spin there in the 92 car, starting to pick up a few places. He gets up the inside of 54, John McMillan.
I think our leader's had a bit of a mishap.
Our lead car, 45 takes over the running. 45 takes up the running. Bevan Humphrey. He takes up the running from 89 Blair Lockett. He makes another little bit of a mistake too. Allows Grant Boss to have a look up the inside of him as well. Trying to come back and him under pace off the end of the straight. Just tangle up in front. Oh boy, there's a real tangle up in front, and I think one of the quick ones drove down one of the 41 Grant Boss. Took himself right out of the 39 it was. Heavily into that 37 car that's been parked there for a while.
Onto the final lap.
They might want to check him out and see how he is.
Still 45.
Still 45, Bevan Humphrey. He leads. They go down in front of the grandstand for the last time. 89, Blair Lockett. Number 16, Thompson's got up in the third place in this one. Through they come. 45, Bevan Humphrey cementing his win in the Manawatu Ministocks Championship last weekend. He gets a very welcome win here tonight.
Blair Lockett second. Good drive from
Blair Lockett. Steve Thompson home in third. Alan Saddle, Gavin Prentice. Gavin Lavis is the next one home. Behind Gavin Lavis would be Larry Burley, Paul Wilson, John McMillan, Grant Walsh. These are right-hand flat tyre. Back top of Grant Walsh going slow to the end of the race there after that big coming together down the bottom bend.
Blair Lockett, just a momentary lapse of concentration by the look of it. Just enough down on that far turn.
Two standard sponsors that one. This is the newspaper of the year, of course. Big launch this weekend of all sorts of good things. Keep your eyes glued on the Manawatu Evening Standard. Yes. See Larry Burley out there early. Number 16. Even these others here. And roll that on the track. Big field of Ministocks here. We saw the youth Ministocks already early on the program. Number 77 and this one is Kyle Flynn. Kyle Flynn's going to come up towards the front. Also number 16, Larry 28, and there's the other one there that's up the front. The yellow car with Chris Richardson. Chris Richardson's up there. Also number 4. Number 4 is Joe Barclay. Watching them come out through the gates there. Number 85 just out onto the track. Brad England in the Picats car. Number 35, Graham Mercer just through the gates. He'll come into the back of the field here. Number 97, Graham Ward. And Nikita's back driving the 97 car. Nikita's out there in that one. Wayne Coley will be driving Aaron Rose, number 93 in this race too. Aaron Rose having a stand to let Wayne have a go out there. One of our more successful freestyle racers. Wayne Coley, pretty good turn it on. Settled out there in the 93 car on this one. Very big field. Very big field. 27. Brendan Hodge, extremely well last weekend. Second in the Manawatu Championship. Number 45, of course, Bevan Humphrey took away the championship. About 3-point gap. It's fair over Brendan and Aaron Rowe in third place. 1 point further back behind Brendan Hodge. Very, very close in the opening Manawatu Championship of the season. Last weekend here. So guys, watch out for the, I see also the number 9 car being driven by Alan Saville here tonight. The number 9 car, Kerry Humphrey, being driven by Alan Saville. Up and down on the list, I see that
cars. I'm pretty keen to have a go at these little wee cars. 1200cc Datsun or Toyota motors and transmission must belong to the same engine manufacturer, same with the rear end, everything about the whole car, the suspension, other than the body, but everything must be either Toyota or Datsun, and it's 1200cc. They're all rated exactly the same. Should get there's the new Manawatu 2 champion right down towards the very back of this one in car number 45. Brad England in the Firecats car number 85 right behind it. Here we go, getting underway. Dirty movement as they got off the end of the back straight. 77 Kyle Flynn's got away okay, but a little slow. Chris Richardson's going to be up to get hard round the outside of the early leader as they come into the main straight for the first time. See how the rest of them stand out. Larry's got away pretty well in 16. 81 Andrew McKeeman got away well. He could see the fight for the lead. They go down in front of the grandstand and they see what he can do. Andrew McKeeman trying to fight Chris Richardson for that lead. Side by side as they peel into the pastel turn for the second time. 1200cc revving their hearts out. Andrew McKeeman got himself a little bit too keen there. Got a little bit too keen at 92. In fact, it was Dave Reynolds. Dave Reynolds sits maybe round the outside. Up into the lead he goes. So Dave Reynolds leads from Chris Richardson. Andrew McKeeman's the next one to come through. Then 16 Larry Shirley. A little bit closer to the inside. Right to the distance they come in. Chris Richardson's got a nice line down at the end. So holding that high line with Dave Reynolds. 81 Andrew McKeeman decided to make it 3 wide. No, he's going to take the car out in front of him. See how he fares. Does okay, spins the car completely round, doesn't lose any forward momentum. So Andrew McKeeman keeps that place back and fighting for second and third place. Dave Reynolds though, he slipped the cutter on him. Have a look at him go. He's ready revs up. Finds a few extra pounds of the fuel tank here. He's lifted the short tries to do extra. And away he goes. Very early to one to sit out and try and bring him down if he can. Andrew McKeeman, 41 grant miles. He went extremely well last weekend, and he's another very fast car. He's closing on them. He's in fourth place. Keep your eyes on him. I bet he narrows the gap down a little bit as the race gets older. 55 turns back to 0 44 cars. All action up front here in this one here. 92 Dave Reynolds. 81 Andrew McKeeman in the amazing cars. Sponsored entry. He's trying to fight his way back. Certainly does leave a twisted sort of a path, but I'll tell you what, take nothing away from courage and grit and determination. He gives all that. Gives it his absolute all. Dave Reynolds is still the lead car as they stream through into the main straight again. They come down in. Blue number 92 car lead. 21 Andrew McKeeman. Fighting for that second place there. Nothing can split it. Number 15 Larry Shirley. Still just keeping in the shadows there is 41 Grant Long. Steve Thompson picked up ground and fine style there in the number 6 car. And also 87 Craig Webb. Down through that bottom bend down there. It's going to be a problem as they go down in front of their grandstand. That sun starts to shine very brightly in their eyes now. And there'll be no protection from the little half an hour or so. They really managing conditions very well out of sun though. He feels his way around the outside of the whole of the back markers as he came through the pit third last time through. 16 Larry Burley on his track down Andrew McKeeman to see if he can't pick up that second place. I think Dave Reynolds got it by the short Shirley there. He's got this one well under control. White flag comes out to the 92 Dave Reynolds continues on with this wide course. Andrew McKeeman has a big wide throughout the race. Now he decides to go wide and loses the place. 16 Larry Burley gets tied up behind that number 37 car. And he's having a hard job here with all to the benefit of the lead car in front. No pressure coming to him over the last lap. Dave Reynolds is down the main straight. He comes, checkered flag comes down and he gets the checker. Dave Reynolds straight right. 16 Larry Burley brought up Andrew McKeeman for that third place. 87 Craig Webb and 16 Thompson and photo finish between those two. Back into Thompson. Have a look at the screen now. Thompson in fact got ahead in fourth place on Craig Webb right on the line with Grant Long, Gavin Lambert in the number 5 car and the 77 car coming home in 7th place. And 77 might be what Kyle Flynn. Just an amendment to our program here. You'll notice race 5 and race 6 we have
Race 8.
Okay, right. It's for the B graders, was it?
A graders.
The A graders.
The A graders. The HSR motorcycles.
Yep. Okay, the mini stocks roll out onto the track for their next event on the nice program here, which will be in fact race 11 sponsored by the Lone Star Cafe and Bar. And just before they do, I'll give you the official points how they stand for the stock car, all the Boss Cup and J-grade stock cars. Graham Peter confirmed the winner, taking away maximum 15 points in heat 1. Tony Whittaker home in second place. Then it was Bryce Pearce, Craig Humphreys, 58 Peter Means, Price 10, 7 Craig Humphrey, 58 Peter Bengston, and 42 Paul Crusade. First 6 across the line. First heat was Top Class 4 Boss Cup.
Down they come. 97 just making his way out through the gates. Benjamin behind the quicker. 39 Dean Gibbons makes his entrance. Followed in about 35 Graham Mercer. Number 7 out onto the track, Tony Francis, the pilot. 58 just through the gates, and that's been piloted by Gareth Prentice. 58 by Gareth Prentice. Laps it will be. Race 11 on the program here tonight. 92 Dave Reynolds, very impressive first time out here tonight. He's on the inside, 93 alongside him, that's Aaron Rowe. He was last weekend in the Manawatu Championship. I'll tell you what, when they blow these motors, they blow in a big way. I just had somebody come over with a cod rod in his hand, and it looks like a U-bolt off a spring, bent totally in half. And it's out of number 37, John Taylor's car. Blew the thing completely to bits. One of the cod rods bent in half like a big staple. Yeah, awesome stuff. Bad luck, John Taylor. 97, Dave Reynolds. Number 5 on the inside, there's Gavin Levis's car. 93, ready to go. Who's driving the number 9 car? Alan Sowell in the pilot seat of the number 9 car. Number 6 is Steve Thompson. 56 is Paul Wilson. They get the early start off the end of that grandstand straight over there. Dave Reynolds, he's trying to skip the cutter on him as soon as they let him go, but he's not quite onto the job. Can't get the pace onto those back wheels early in the machine. Engineering comes a big charge around the outside and also down the inside. So early winning here tonight. Dave Reynolds, Rocket's made a great to get into the 89 car. He's going to be chasing hard there behind that 93 car of Aaron Rose. Skip away from him a little bit. 45, Devon Humphrey, the new Manawatu Ministocks champion. He started from up near the front this time, so keep your eyes on him. Big tangle further back in the field here with number 44, Steve Butcher, the main culprit, or the main guy that gets hit the most. Down through the main straight they come. Aaron Rowe, 93, he leads. Big battle for second and third between the number 5 car of Gavin Lammers. 89, Blair Lockett on the outside of him. 92, Dave Reynolds, 145, Devon Humphrey leading on his back bumper. Number 6, Steve Thompson, he's keen to pounce as well, so these 4, nothing between them. Aaron Rowe's getting away from them though. Aaron Rowe, a lot of street stock experience behind him, and he's been around this track a number of times. You know the fastest line here at the track during the night. Some of these other drivers are a little less experienced than whatever Aaron Rowe is, and he might be able to lead them a very old chase here. Their Rocket going a much improved race. I'll tell you what, I've been very impressed with the way this guy's improving all the time. Dave Reynolds slips out from behind the car in front of him and said he can't put a manoeuvre on him, but they just lost a little of the pace and immediately slips back in behind him again. A bit of drafting going on to get a little bit of pace up, and there's really no effect here by jumping out of that drafting trail. 45 Devon Humphrey, another one that's probably up from behind to see if he can get on the inside of Dave Reynolds, but he loses ground in the process. 56 gets the ball wrong, gets the hard slap by 41 Grant Mosbury's trouble. 57 Ken Tippett, he loses it off the end of the grandstand straight. Now have a good look at the traffic coming towards him. 89 Blair Lockett. Chasing hard on this lead car of 93 Aaron Rowe. He's managed to break into second place quite clearly now. Number 5 Gavin Lammers leading the charge, and behind him is Dave Reynolds, and also 45 Devon Humphrey. Starting to thread their way through the traffic. Some impressive driving out by some of these drivers here tonight. Oh, Dave Reynolds, he gets a clip and he gets straightened up again. Now, can he bounce back from that or not, or can he just lose all momentum and just tail himself out the back of the field? Very fast at the opening event here tonight. He seems to have picked up the pieces okay. Back on the job again. Alan Seville driving the number 9 car. Your lead car, here he comes into the main straight. 81 Andrew McKeeman looked impressive first time out tonight. Not so good this time. He has a spin down on the start finish line. 93 leads. There he is out wide on the track through the pit turn into the grandstand straight. Goes 93 Aaron Rowe. He's your lead car. 89's in second place. That's Blair Lockett. Then
the number 5 car, Gavin Lavis, been Aussie challenged there by 41, Grant Wall. Good for an inside runner there. Somebody gets spun down around the bottom end. Looks like it's number 7, Tony Francis. It is 7, Tony Francis. And also somebody, white flag goes in, somebody hard into the side of them as well. I think that was one of the challengers up there from the lead. It was number 5, Gavin Lavis was the other one that went round. Also the 37 car, so well into the last lap. 93 Aaron Rowe, swinging down through the bottom bend for the last time. No danger in the feet here for Aaron Rowe. Leads him a very old chase. Get the checkered flag out. Here he comes. Aaron Rowe, 77 goes hard and near to the wall with the Firecats. 85 charges into the side of him as 83 Aaron Rowe takes the checkered flag. 485 Brad England, he really got the thick end of the stick here. He couldn't avoid a car that had gone heavily into the concourse. He bounced off. He's sidelining from over here, and I hope he's okay. Very heavy tumble down there. Great drive by Aaron Rowe. That third placing last weekend in the PN Ministocks Championship was no fluke. Oh, don't take that. They got parents of their own.
Now a little bit later on when we get into the fireworks, we're going to tell everyone at the top of the grandstand to make their way down to the bottom of the grandstand. The thing is, the fireworks go so high, when you're sitting at the back of the grandstand, you can't see them. So a little bit later on, we'll tell you to come down. We'll give you a warning to come down nice and early, because we're going to turn the lights off. And it makes it pretty hard to get down when the lights are off. So when we tell you, make sure you take your cues from us to head from the top of the grandstand to the bottom.
What will we do? Hand signals.
All right. How do you see a hand signal when the lights are out?
Yeah, you see the fireworks from the back. Nikita comes out at number 97. 93 car. Track. Mike Jeffries, number 83. Two XSFM music box in the background here, and celebrating 40 years of stock cars at Palmerston North. Picking the tracks out. And random over the last 40 years.
Civil War was going down again.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me down either. The show night here. 45 and 41 run side by side. They're looking for one that's creeping away in front. Number 9, Helen Stafford. He can't find any more gas in the tank for bring up the pace anymore. And also Karen Prentice. Karen Prentice seems to find a little more pace on the end of the main straight. Here they come again. They're looking at the 80. They're looking at 89. 89 is the big car. They're looking at here he comes. After that, Bevan Humphrey in second place now with 41 drum ball. Then number 9, Helen Stafford. 58, Karen Prentice. Number 16, Tom. He's one into the thick of things as well. Dave Britton covering for that early split there in the 92 car. So pick up his place as he gets up the inside of 54 John McCullough. I think it'll lead us in a bit of a distance. Down the car, 45 takes over the running. 45 takes up the running. Bevan Humphrey. He takes over the running for 89 there long, and he makes another little bit of a mistake too. Allows Grant Walsh to have a look up the inside of him as well. Trying to come back, and he's under pace on the end of the straight. Just hanging up in front. Oh boy, there's a real tangle up in front. And I think one of them comes out with 41 Grant Walsh. I think he's right out with 39 of Walsh. Emily is their 37 car that's been parked there for a while. I'd like to check him out and see how he is. Still 45, Bevan Humphrey, he leads. They go down in front of the grandstand for the last time. 89, Blair Lockett, number 16, Thompson's got up in the third place in this one. Cruise Cup, 45, Bevan Humphrey cementing his win in the Ministocks Ministocks Championship last weekend. He gets a very confident win here tonight. Blair Lockett, second. That's right. Blair Lockett. Steve Thompson's home in third. Helen Stafford, Cameron Prentice, Gavin Levis is the next one home. Behind Gavin Levis will be Larry Burley, Paul Wilson, Johnson, and then Grant Walsh. He's a right-hand from Main Tire. Weekend edition, I think, is an absolute credit to it. John, you were about to say that.
Yeah, I was actually. I like the weekend edition. It's good read.
Yeah, wicked stuff. Well done, Evening Standard. Right, here we go.
Double
First
points
one,
tonight as well.
Double points for the Ministocks as well tonight. So they go from 12 for first,
Right down to 2 for running 6th place. Up the front here is 88 Andrew Humphreys, and inside of Andrew McKeeman and number 81, 2 very fast cars. Watch for some good hot stuff out front from these two guys when they let them loose. There, Kyle Flynn at number 77, slip back on grid number 3. Charlie right down the back is the 61 car, that's the car of Kane Edwards, the 61, a new driver here tonight. He's having a pedal out there first time, wish you all the best, Kane. Down the back of the field, 41, run 41 down towards the back as well as number 9, Kerry Humphrey, that car for sale. So that's an awesome looking piece of machinery. Keep an eye on that number 9 car tonight. You are looking to get into mini stock racing. You go and check this one out. I'll give you a bit more details about it later on because they gave me a very nice photograph of it, all sorts of other things about the car. I'll tell you more about that later on, but keep your eyes on it. Performance is what counts. Performance is what you'll get, so keep your eyes on number 9, sitting down there in good position, right off the back really, for the newcomer. There he goes, he's got a good dive, straight up the inside of his quick. Away we go, these two front cars are going to hop with it out front. These are two very fast cars, two very experienced drivers. 88 gets the early break as he gets into the front of the back straight there. Andrew Humphrey takes up the running lane for McKeeman. Awesome racing tonight for a good see. Andrew McKeeman slow through that long there, and Andrew Humphrey straight away from him. Look at that for a good lead after their first lap. I'm putting it out in front. He's got the car down very, very low on the track too, so obviously he's got the car set up to handle very, very tight in the turn. Andrew McKeeman drifting a little wider. And wants a little bit more there too. Here's another car in front. He's going to hard back onto that concrete here. He's hard on that concrete pole line there. He's coming down the neck here. He's taking what the concrete wall feels like. Kane Edwards. In fact, he doesn't seem too worried about it all. He's the pedal to the metal. He keeps on going. Big car comes past us one more time. Tangled there by the 45 car man with 2 champion and somebody else right there, number 11. Another hot for the team, another very fast car. This number 9 car is going to keep you on. We're going to make it ground through the field. We're going to take number 41 car off for a tow as well. Here comes our lead car across the start finish line, one more time. 88. Well there, Andrew Humphrey, Andrew McKeeman, there he comes, clearly in second place of the main cars entering. Next one through is the 87 car, there's the car with then next one through was the 8 car, the 8 car of Dean Watts. Watts was the back straight on 33 there as we hop and jump up the inside there by from there there's the 33 car, we can't get that back straight, that's the body car. As they come down through the main straight, he's the straight whip goes past the Dean Watts on the 18 car, the one that was Samuel car. This old man, he's got a fair bit of experience around the oval here in Arena 1. What it does is that the old showground, like they said, 700 and also number 16 Brock, and that's a bit of a side-by-side contact with the lead car, goes to the back straight, 188. Well, clear in the lead. 81 still safely in second place. In 87th place, where the next one through is 18 Brock. He's tagged in by Samuel, number 81, really way up the inside of it. Having a good little battle, these two cars. Side by side as they go down off the end of that grandstand straight. Who's going to come, who's going to weaken this one here? Another car comes back and the devil is lucky friends and face off him all right. Next time through will be the white flag will go out. There'll be one more lap. There's your lead car into the Bastel turn, about halfway through the Bastel turn, that 88 car. That's your lead car. Once we'll start at Malcolm Green, we'll issue the white flag and again, one more lap to go as they come down the strike. Here we go, white flag goes out, just the one from home. And it's a big lead too, isn't it? The lead off the straight. Number 88, Andrew Humphrey. 81, Andrew McKeeman just past the pit gate now. He's running in second place still. This is the third man down, Craig Webb at 87 is going past. So half a lap between third and this one here. Here comes Andrew McKeeman, 88. Second flag comes out. That's a very, very good with this one. I'm pulling it out in front. Didn't press anybody else around the place. He just carried on the winning performance. He made the break right. Good race for the go with the guy up front. It's very, very good to hold on for a good second place. And also Craig Webb, post number 87 there. Looks like Alan Saville, Dean Watts. Next one home would be the Kerry Humphrey car. Number 9, Kerry Humphrey. I think we might have missed him on one of the laps there, and I think he did miss him on the lap.
In the paper, cheering the week, Bevan Humphrey. Congratulations.
Current Manawatu 2 champion too.
And a married man, soon to be.
Ike Tabu out there in the number 14 car. See Ike back again.
66 in behind him.
Alex Wilson's car, yeah.
Wilson, yes, one.
Yeah. Oh, I can buy right with another PN.
These Ministocks, there are a couple of them for sale that we've mentioned. Number 9P, of course, we mentioned that. 8P, Dean Watts' car, also 41P, Grant Walsh, now that's a good car. Also the 9P car of Kerry Humphreys, both good vehicles. Now, if you're interested in getting into Ministocks, these guys are selling their rigs, they're selling cars, and often everything that goes alongside it as well. So you can pick up a whole package deal, often a proven vehicle, it's a race winner. So go down and talk to them in the pits, number 9P. Kerry Humphrey, or we've got 8P, Dean Watts, 41, Grant Walsh. Those are the guys who are interested in selling it. Likes to have a chat with them. The other thing is just it's expensive.
It'll take it too long to get them in the line. Lined up ready to go here. By red body cars, race 8 on the program here tonight, another 8 lapper. See the breeze has dropped down a bit, take you on. Number 45, Bevan Humphrey will be leading them around and behind the pace unit. He's a hard charger, this guy. He's the current Manawa 2 champion. He's got the points battle already sewn up. Can't be tracked down from there, so I'll let him go early too. Let's just get into that back straight and away they go. Put his away safely. 61 right down the very back of the field. This is Kane Edwards. Newcomers. Back the way through from the back. Pretty good idea of what you're going to come. Here we go. When Andrew and Kiewicz shoved their way past about 3 or 4 of them into the pit turn for the first time. Does a good job too. Parker number 19 loses a little bit of traction. Bevan Parker loses a little bit of traction as he came up and he recovered well. Number 11 car, Cameron Claridge, that's one of good. Being pretty good with it too. Trying to get away through. Second up, that opening event here tonight. On that one, 88 Andrew Humphreys, remember, won that one by a country mile. Currently doing battle back into about 4th place. They're battling for the 4th and the 5th place. 3 or 4 locked together. The fact he gets involved in the big tackle down there. Team up, somebody else gets the big shot. 4 of them all locked together down there. And they're completely mad. Get out of here. One of them. One car, 33 car with the other 88 car now finally getting himself out of a tight position and lost a lap in the process. It's Bevan Humphrey, 45 on that car, coming past the other 2 strong cars. 0 to 0. Humphrey, 88. Bevan Humphrey, that's the same car. Then number 19, Russell Parker. 1 Andrew McKeeman. Cameron Claridge. 18, Alan Saville. Cars down there and sideways on the track. Get rid of the outside of him, so he's halfway across the track. In fact, there is a gap. Looking for the gap down the inside, but there certainly is a gap. He's scrapped right across the track down the bottom end there. Up down sideways, and they're bad to go. They might have to stop this, you know. The guys down there is in a pretty dangerous sort of a position to be straddled on the track. You think, oh, there's the lead car, one of the lead cars. Andrew Keeper going into hard as well. Once they start to stack them up down there, another one powers his way through. Wow. Well, the 88 car's been in there twice. And so's the 14 car. He's out going to get now the red lights come on. Wow.
It's very slow, isn't it?
Yeah. I wonder how he is. He took a few heavy bags there. Number 33, Scott Eastwood. Stranded on the track down there. Spread eagle, so to say. Now getting the attention from the St John's people and the officials of the tow truck called in the duties of the Miso cars. St John's man low right. So obviously just a dangerous position, no problem with the driver at all, just a dangerous position to be in. Drag him out of there, out of harm's way. Bevan Humphrey was running away with it when the red lights came on. And they're away again. Coming around to complete 6th lap this time. It will be the number 45 car. So 2 laps till the run up for this one. Start finish line you go. Bevan Humphrey, number 45. Chased by number 19. Bevan Parker. Cameron Claridge is now up in the 3rd place with Alan Saville. Running up in 87. Craig Weber behind him. Then car of number 16. Away the first 6 run. Time through number 45 Bevan Humphrey with the white flag. There we go. Back we go. Bevan Humphrey, I should say. Bevan Parker behind him in the 19. Couple of Bevans out here going hard. Bevan Humphrey, Bevan Parker. Third last time. He's very wide on the track. He's okay. A charge right at the end of the Noah Vale. 45. Bevan Humphrey, number 2 champion, takes the win. 19. Bevan Parker home in 2nd place. Cameron Claridge taking away the 3rd place in this.
Well, they're holding the gates open in the last minute to get the last few competitors out there. Take the shortcuts.
Banana car, mate.
Response to this one, 15 on the program here tonight, 8 laps from Ministocks. Driver number 9, Kerry Humphreys, leading them away this time on the inside of the front row. Away we go. 1 Grant Walsh, number 11 Cameron Claridge. 4 of our faster Ministocks out in front of the field this one here. It's a good battle. See really has got the pace. So Kerry Humphrey holds that advantage and comes in and starts that one. Coming from Cameron Claridge, he gets huddled into the wall down here in that place. Okay. Yeah, heavy tumble there. He really just hit the wall very, very hard. He bounced off it. Presence of mind, sort of put down on the clutch and bagged it back in the gear and away he went. All wheels on the back of the field. Frank Webb having a little battle there with the 153 car there at Team Dinkle. Too keen to give away that place in 19. Bevan Parker right there as well. Andrew McKeevan, number 81, coming in from the party as well. Good battle going on here for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Humble. There you go. Craig Webb here as well. 81 Andrew McKeevan leading over top of everybody. 4 or 5 of them all locked together. Trying to do a battle. Look at them. These guys really starting to fix it up out there. They're fighting for every position they get.
Around the outside.
Parker says, I'm going with you. The lead the rest of them in the trail.
Meanwhile, up front, Kerry Humphrey, everything's great front.
Then McKeevan and Parker having a good old tussle over there. Look at these 2 guys go at it.
Come on, Kerry, keep going. Fastest lap so far, Kerry Humphrey, 24.3 miles.
Big car past the 30, big car. 19, Bevan Parker, that is Craig Webb, then Bevan Humphrey. 45, 18 Alan Saville. He wants number 18, Dick Wilson. Somebody out there, Craig Webb, wasn't Dick couldn't avoid it. If it's a heavy smash, he came from Craig Webb car.
81 is withdrawn.
81's out of it, Keevan's out of it as well. He's up running against another car. Craig Webb starts to run against car. Number 9 car off the end of the grandstand straight to the Kerry Humphrey.
41 is behind him, 20 metres behind. He's in 2nd place.
Last time out.
season, let me tell you. And with the new track service, it's going to be fantastic too. So if you're here, warm up, cuddle up. The person next to you, if you don't know them, it doesn't really matter. Just give them a little cuddle and get really friendly, because that's really what we're all about down here at the Robinson Holden International Speedway. Looking through some of the competitors with us tonight. 6B is Steve Thompson, and Paul Claridge, and 7-8 is Dean Watts. Kurt and Brett Whiting, they're in 9, and Brett Fletcher is also here tonight. Alan Samuel is in number 11, the Ministocks lineup. We're going to have some great fields in the Ministocks, so we'll just keep you posted on we pick up the link cars as they go around. They line up in behind the Robinson Holden International Speedway vehicle, the start vehicle. It's going to be one of the flagship start vehicles in town. If you notice, the rugby goalpost is still here. I've got to say, this is probably the first season I have ever seen rugby goalposts at the start of a speedway meeting. Wouldn't it be an absolute disaster if one of the cars left the track and oh dear, hits the goalpost? Oh dear, they won't score those goals. See how the night progresses? So the gates are open, or the gates are shut now. In fact, all the mini stocks are out. We've got a couple of visitors from Wellington tonight. We've got one visitor, 166, that's Kimberly Kirkwood. She's a lady driver out there tonight from the Strathclyde. So sitting on the pole line at the moment is 11, that's Alan Saville. Inside of him from Stratford, that's Graham Syme. The first two cars off the stack. For those of you that haven't seen Ministocks, let me tell you, they're basically a Danson 1200 motor and running gear. They're a very economical way of getting into the sport, although I'm sure one or two of the others would not be so confident as that. Fundamentally, it is a non-contact sport, but if someone spins up in front of you, well, you've got nowhere to go. Things start to get just a little bit interesting. Keep your eye out tonight on that pink car. That's number 44. That's Steve Butcher. Going a little bit slow during the practice earlier in the week, but it looks like straight off the front and doing particularly well. He's Alan Saville. He's managed a pretty good jump on the counter of 1 second at the moment, and managed to car remains at Steve Watts. 10 right in behind him, and 42 is Robert and 14. Some of them are getting really close to the wall. 78 comes with a nose to the wall as well. He'll know better. That's Ben Poulter not to go too close. In fact, he can't keep away from it. I suspect he's probably done something with his steering. Not sure. We'll just see what happens. The car starts to go around again. Now we're driving up the lead car once again. I think it's probably very difficult to tell. I think some of the numbers are starting to get money up the right left. I want to say it's plenty of the car in Alan Saville. Going around the outside of that black car. Number 8 is sitting in there too at the moment. Everybody is going whoops. 15's done a bit of a whoopsie right up on the pit gate. That is 15. That is Dean Dingwall. It's gone backwards and stopped up against the wall. He's trying to come back down the other way. Using the wall as a bit of a nudge. Trying to come around the other way to do it. It's pretty sticky out there on the wall. It's a pretty quick fast. Like he will get an opportunity, I think, right now to get onto the infield. Whoopsie, right in the middle, not the best place to be. And whoops, he hit the wall. That's I think number 4. That's the Stratford car. Graham Syme trying to avoid. That's number 15. That's Dean Dingwall, and put himself into the wall as well. That's the 166 is able to hit. That's 166 is able to Kimberly Kirkwood. She's stopped as well, and now she's underway. Whoops, crunch, yes. That was a bit of a smack saying, I know you're there, I'm going to give you a bit of a nudge, but I'm on my way through and I would have lose the place. That's Dean Watts. Bit of drama, too, you see that? Some of these cars get out towards the wall here, just hold the button. That's what's happening to stop racing. He's all about the center of the track, it's still got a little bit of moisture around. They're not going to do that, but you wait until we get some of the stocks out, some of those remains will really be able to get the levels on account of the track. So let's see whether we can pick up the car for you. I think we're still talking number 11. He's coming down in front of the grandstand going to the southern lead at the moment. Still the car, Alan Saville. And I would have mentioned number 8 is probably lying second at the moment. And this is unofficial. Of course, that would be what? So we've got another car off against the wall. Looks like from the number 16. Looks like 31 has decided to do a little bit of blocking. They're trying to get past him. He's slowing down there. That's number 31. That's Rachel Beard. Trying to coming up the field a little bit, trying to get past her. Not going to be the easiest thing in the world to do. They're starting to bunch up. It's always interesting to another car at the wall. Might have been our lead car, I suspect. I can't pick up the lead car anywhere else, so I suspect it's probably our lead car. He's in there as long as he's not moving. So we've got 3 cars at the wall at the moment, which for Ministocks racing is a little bit different. One or two of them are dancing off into the grass at the stage. And enough. Pete's still out there and still lying in second place, I suspect. And the car is Dean Watts. Somebody going to try to come back on the track. 78, of course, will be Paulson. By John Miller. Looks like, whoops, really hard to on 281. John the wall just up there on the bit there, that's against the keeper. And we're going to see the people trying to hang the wall 117 as he goes around. We don't have an official number for number 117. It's going on the outside of the track. Trouble without facing the wall. They're going to say that 42 has done that remarkably well. That's it. Quite happy at least that what it's done is try and track a little bit for the wetness and moisture in the track. Well, see, we're going to get to come back to the flag on the way round, and they will be the unofficial winner. The fixes we picked them at the moment, of course, are unofficial. The cars all have transponders, and they can't see start to visualise on that and that way we have a very good idea of the winner is driver
McKeeman, Andrew McKeeman, first out through the gate.
15 is Dean Dickwell,
And 77 follows them out Kyle Flynn. Number 15, not far away.
The rate is Dean 116 is driven tonight, we understand, by probably Larry Burling.
Now that's a name from the pub of Bruce Burling or something. I think that's an old stock car name from several generations, certainly last century.
38 Simon Christie. Car 82 is another name we can't identify, but car 68 is Ross Richardson. Richardson's drilling. Ross loves to get out there and have a little bit of a hammer. He says, he said stock cars are one thing. He said mini stocks are really where it's all about. He said, I just put it in the garage, I can do the work on it myself. He said, love it, that's where I want to be. Mini stocks is really going to be his thing. 14 behind the start ute. Getting underway shortly, and then right after that, of course, coming out shortly will be the sprinters.
I just had the news, there's not going to be any half time. We're going to keep on trucking. So, Bruce may have heard from above about the weather or something, but we're going to keep on trucking. And if you want to have your hot dog, well, now's the time to go and get it, or the chips.
Absolutely. You're going to be ashamed of your former self by the time the meeting is finished if you don't get to see.
No, it's going to be a bit of a worry.
Yes, you would. It would be a bit of a worry.
The Ministocks for all that thing soon. The sprinters.
They're not racing, they're just going to come out for a bit of a demonstration. So you can see the awesome power of these cars. Teaser. The promoters have bought a couple of the country for the four, I think. Some parts too, and tyres and a few other little bits and pieces. And they're looking to start the class off. So if you're interested, you can talk to the meeting about how you can get it behind one of these sprinters.
So where they go pop behind the Robertson Holden International Speedway crewman, and sitting down there on pole position, there's number 81 Andrew McKeeman sitting on pole. How long we say they took right on his back bumper is 117. Another one of those A and others, so they get the early start.
All right, 166 is Kimberly Kirkwood, woman driver from Wellington here tonight. So she is going particularly well, and she made a good performance of it actually in the first race, and we'll be interested to see how well she goes. Here we are, we're underway, and we are racing, and car 81 is right off the front, of course, and at the moment that is your lead car, that's Andrew McKeeman. They're getting started in front of the grandstand at the moment, and so far everyone is at least pointing in the right direction. Car 82 has decided to take an excursion onto the grass. And we'll just look and see how it all goes. Car 44, they went along the track to the lead of the car. They seem to be going particularly well. Number 11 is really giving them a bit of a hurry up. Alan Saville, he wants to move on. He's having a bit of a nudge. 15 is right in behind him. And 15 is Dean Dingwall. Now, you watch those two lead cars. You're going to find some positions that are changing there, I am sure. Car 11 has lost a little bit of time. That is Alan Saville. He's back a bit. Still trying to make some ground on the car 81, which of course is the car Andrew McKeeman. And at the moment, car 11 behind that. 15 is lying in the mid position, and 15 is Dean Dingwall. Here we are, that's 1, 2, and 3. So everybody's not racing out here tonight too, although it looks like number 11 is starting to get right up to that back bumper on the lead car. How long is the lead car? The lead car? That's the car 81. I think it's particularly on Andrew McKeeman. He's certainly trying to put the wood down. Now 117 is maybe great race tonight too. And car 81 is, of course, Andrew Keeman.
Well, he was the pole man. He was too. And down through the gate. Wants to lead and go away. You're only going to lead one lap in motorsport. That's the last lap. That's the one that really matters to me. In fact, it's bouncing out the soft suspension as they work their way around because it's, minimal contact.
Minimal contact. Yeah, Alan Seville, number 2. He's in the car number 11. He's second at the moment. So that's a pretty easy fight. Well, Alan's going to turn around.
And there's the red flag. So out comes the red again, and that incident. There we are. It's tripped over way down in the bottom turn. It's in the dark patch.
In the dark patch. I pick him up. That's the yellow car, I think, must have started to back over. Yep.
Base over apex, I think they call it.
Yes. But it's a great class if you want to start speedway racing. Couple of grand, you're just about away, maybe 3 grand, you're just about away, be reasonably competitive. Want to spend five, you'd probably have the goods.
Well, you'd have a fleet.
You'd have a fleet. But it's certainly a great way to get into racing. As Russell said, it is minimal, well, it's not contact, let's be fair. But occasionally, while the old nudge week happens, it's the way it is. Somebody will spin out in front of you, oh gee, we can't go too much further.
No, well, just while we've got that break, let's look at the standard stock heat number 2.
You race somebody who might do the right thing. Here we are, we're racing once again. Let's try and pick up 166 Zumi is the lady from Wellington coming in Goodwood. Lime green stock. 81, there he is coming around the top being 11 behind him. 81, I think the lead today. Three cars. He's a little lumpy for us on the
Well, it is. It's a bit of bouncy balling down there, but for a 1200cc, it's got a real good tune of speed, and the skill factor improving year by year. But the line brings the team with the fast lady Wellington down. Certain winners could be lady side, but it's not looking too far back in the pack.
31 lead car, Andrew
Keep us to win in the last lap too.
There's a bit of a nudge on the start finish line, 42. And 42 is Robin Davenport. He's in the ZA on him coming through, move over.
It's all about setting the car up and on the track conditions. We've seen them there.
Ministocks feature the road marking services 18 lapper.
Well, I don't think the 18's right.
We might cut it down a wee bit to think to about 12 laps, maybe.
Or 8 or something. We'll play that a little bit by ear, but I don't
Until
think it's going to be
everybody runs out.
18 lapper somehow. We'll wait and see. Road Marking Services, one of the new sponsors here at the Robertson Holden International Speedway in 2004. So out they come a big field. Big field. And once the time marches on the watch, top of the pops time, 2 minutes past 10.
2 minutes past 10 already.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yes.
So out they come.
So the green caravan, it is just off the start-finish line. You'll find that all sorts of bits and pieces. If you want some Christmas shopping ideas, you'll find plenty.
The lap score is very busy, people. So that's the call. This is the last of the night. The Road Marking Services Ministocks feature over 8 laps. They're going to share in the glory, just supporting the Health Pieces Boy Races and the Humphrey Motors Stock Car Grand Slam. Won't be run tonight, but you can understand why. Number 11, Alan Saville, down there on pole position. On the outside of him is Dean Watts. They're the first two. Then we go to number 188. Is it? So they're also, that's the one of the numberless cars. 188. It'll all sort out as they register. A little bit late, looks like Alan Saville is the man who's made the best of start. So over 8, what should be 8 very exciting laps. They zoom round now. This should be lap number 1 going under the hammer. As they hook it up into the pit curve. The red body cars, number 11, Alan Saville, looking very good. Tucked in behind him is Dean Watts. And the first 3, they've got a bit of a break on the field at the moment as they go into the fast forward mode at the moment. 1200 inches away, like that. Number 2 under the hammer. Number 4 from Bradford, Graham Time would be holding down 2 place. And we go back to number 81, Andrew Keegan, who won the previous race. So he's going to put on the charge. So now we've got a good dice going on. The first and second, we get back to 3 and 4. Then a huge gap back to the lead. And it looks like we're something in front of it at the moment because 3, 11 Alan Sewell up against Dean Watts. Dean Watts having a bit of a look at things around there, putting a lot of pressure on Alan Sewell, hooking down into the Pascal Street turn once again.
But it's all that change to the leader at the moment, and we'll currently find on the leader with a bit of pressure. Trying to get around the other side, so we're living still moving cars is Alan Sewell.
The word on that he might have, well, he's looking out there, going to get on the front of it, he's done it. He looks right around the outside, he does the wall of death, and comes out in front.
Dean Watts has gone around the outside of Alan Sewell, and he's now the lead car, and not only is the lead car, but he's probably got the 4 or 5 car lead on the Sewell as well.
Fortunately, Brave is the Brave, and here comes Ludlow. He's got the brake on the moment, and you can see, well, in the lapping department, it makes it a wee bit tricky now. He's just in the right place at the right time. Alan Sewell goes to the outside. There's 3 shifts. They go down the bottom, and they hook out there wider and wider. And well, at the moment, Dean Watts looking to the the last lap already. So the night coming to a close, Stratford Cup, a wee bit of pushing going on down there. Don't tell them to McKeeman, who's really let on with a bouncy balling time. They go down, giving Andrew Alan Sewell a bit of a push as they go round. But the chicken flag coming out, and very, very well done race from Dean Watts. That brave boy took the lead, took the big gamble, pushed the outside, and paid the big distance, takes down the Main Street Tyres car. Second home, well, with number 81 on the outside with Andrew McKeeman. Flash the stock cars instead of stock the feature, won by George Freer. Number 32. Second was Peter Rees. So Peter Rees took the checker, but he wasn't the official winner. It was George Freer, number 32. Peter Rees second, Craig Humphreys.
Shortly with the entry, so it's going to be an absolutely fabulous season, let me tell you. And with the new track service, it's going to be fantastic too. So if you're here, warm up, cuddle up. The person next to you, if you don't know them, it doesn't really matter. Just give them a little cuddle and get really friendly, because that's really what they're all about down here at the Robinson Holden International Speedway. Looking through some of the competitors with us tonight. 6B is Steve Thompson, and Paul Clarendon 7, 8 is Dean Watts, Kurt and Brett Whiting, they're in 9, and Brett Fletcher is also here tonight. Alan Sewell is in number 11, the Ministocks lineup. We're going to have some great fields in the Ministocks, so we'll just keep you posted on we pick up the lead cars as they go around. They line up in behind the Robinson Holden International Speedway vehicle, the start vehicle. It's going to be one of the flashiest start vehicles in town. If you notice the rugby goalpost is still here, I've got to say this is probably the first season I have ever seen rugby goalposts at the start of a speedway meeting. Wouldn't it be an absolute disaster if one of the cars left the track and oh dear, hit into the goalpost? Oh dear, they might score those goals. To see how the night progresses. So Kirkwood, the lady driver out there tonight from Stratford. Number 4 is Graham Sims, and 82 is Cameron Hurley. So sitting on the pole line at the moment is 11. That's Alan Sewell inside ahead from Stratford. That's Graham Side. The first 2 cars off the stack. For those of you that haven't seen Ministocks, let me tell you, they're basically a Datsun 1200 motor in front of here. A very economical way of getting into the sport, although I'm sure one or two of the others would not be so confident of that. Fundamentally, it is a non-contact sport, but if someone spins up in front of you, well, you've got nowhere to go. Things start to get just a little bit interesting. Keep your eye tonight on that pink car. That's number 44. That's Steve Butcher. Going a little bit slow during the practice earlier in the week, but it looks like straight off the front and doing particularly well is Alan Sewell. He's managed to get a pretty good jump on the car that's running second at the moment, and that's car in relation to Steve Watts. Some of them are getting very close to the wall. 78 happens to the nose to the wall as well in the hill line there. That's the impulse, not to go too close. In fact, you can't keep away from it. I suspect he's probably done something to the steering. Not sure. We'll just see what happens. The car starts to go around again. Now we'll try and pick up the lead car once again. I think it's probably very difficult to tell actually with some of the numbers when they start to be running up at 9-11. I looks like a little thing. It's all that's Alan Sewell. Going around the outside and all that. And the right car. On the right, it's sitting in there. Tip the boat. That's Dean Watts. Everybody is going, whoops, 15. Sort of a bit of a whoopsie right up on the mid gate. That is 15. That is Dean Dingle is gone backwards and stopped up against the wall. He's trying to come back down the other way. He's using the wall as a bit of a nudge, trying to turn himself around and do what he'll be able to do it. He's pretty That's Dean Degwell and put himself in the wall as well. That's the 166W. That's 166W Kimberly Kirkland. She's stopped as well, but now she's underway. Whoops, crunch. Yes, that was a bit of a smack saying, I know you're there, I'm going to give you a bit of a nudge, but I'm on my way through and I would have reached the place. That's Dean Watts. But a driver, since you see, notice that some of these cars get out towards the water, he's getting a little stick, he's going to hold them up. That's what Ministocks racing is all about. Considering the track, it's still got a lot of moisture in, and they're not going to do that any way down. It's going to stop down to the saloon, or leaving down the test of the track. Looking at the moment. Well, let's see whether we can pick up with the car. I think we're still talking number 11. He's getting down in front of the grandstand, going to the southern left at the moment. Still the lead car, Alan Seville. And I would imagine number 8 is probably lying second at the moment. This is unofficial, of course, that would be Dean Watts. So we've got another car up against the wall. Looks like for me, number 16, Thompson. Looks like 31 has decided to do a little bit of blocking. They're trying to get past him. He's slowing down there. That's number 31. That's Grateful Dead. Trying to coming up the field a little bit, trying to get past him. It's not going to be the easiest thing in the world to do. They're starting to bunch up. It's always interesting. We've got another car into the wall. Might have been our lead car, I suspect. I can't pick up the lead car anywhere else, so I suspect it's probably our lead car, which would have been Alan Seville. He's in there as well, he's not moving. So I still have 3 cars under the wall at the moment, which for Ministocks races is a little bit different. 1 or 2 of them are dancing off into the road stage. They've had enough. So Pete Beast around there is still sideways in second place, I suspect. And that car is indeed Watts. 78 is trying to come back on the track. 78, of course, is being Paulson. In the high gear number 5. Looks like, whoops, really hard slot 281's gone into the wall just up there on the pit bin. That's scheduled to keep them. And the number 17 is trying to hang the wall 117 as he goes around. We don't have an official number for number 117, but he's going on the outside of the track. Trouble when they get a little bit out close to the wall, it's getting a bit tacky, a little bit sticky. Well, I've got to say that 42 is done over the bucket as well. And that's it. The guys are quite happy at least they want to drive the track a little bit for the wetness and moisture in the track. So it's done over as well. You'll see here, he's going to pick up that chicken flag on the way round, and they will be the unofficial winner.
I just had the news, there's not going to be any half-time. We're going to keep on trucking. So, Bruce may have heard from above about the weather or something, but we're going to keep on trucking. And if you want to have your hot dog, well, now's the time to go and get it, or the chips.
Absolutely. What do you sprinters?
The way they go pops behind the Robertson Holden International Speedway crewman. And sitting down there on pole position, there's number 81, Andrew McKeeman. Sitting on pole. How long we stay there? Tucked right on his back bumper is 117. Another one of those A and others, so they get the early start.
All right, 166 is Kimberly Kirkwood, woman driver from Wellington here tonight. So she is going particularly well, and she made a good performance of it actually in the first race. We'll be interested to see. Just how well she goes. Here we are. We're underway, and we are racing. And 81. Car 81 is right off the front, of course, and at the moment that is your lead car. That's Andrew McKeeman. Getting from the grandstand at the moment. So far, everyone is at least pointing in the right direction. Car 82 decided to take an incursion on the grass. And we'll just look and see how it all goes. Car 44, they went along to the track to weaken the car. They think it's going particularly well. Number 11 is really giving them a bit of a hurry up. Alan Seville, he wants to move on. He's having a bit of a nudge. 15 is right in behind him. And 15 is Dean Degwell. Now, if you watch those two lead cars, you're going to find some positions that are changing there, I am sure. Car 11 has lost a little bit of time. That is Alan Seville. He's back a bit. Still trying to make some ground for the car 81, which pushes the car into the keeper. And at the moment, car 11 behind that. 15 is playing in third position, and 15 is the big one. Here we are, that's 1, 2, and 3. It's pretty good Ministocks racing out here tonight too. Although it looks like number 11 is starting to get right up to that back bumper of the lead car. So how long is the lead car going to be the lead car? That's car 81. I don't think particularly well Andrew McKeeman. He's certainly trying to put the foot down. Car 117 is being lapped at the stage. Car 11 is behind him. And we've got some results too. We're coming up at just a moment of this. 81. Right way to line 2. And car 81 is, of course, in the keeper.
Well, he was the pole man.
He was too.
He's down through the gate. What's the lead for the go? Well, you've only got to lead one lap in motorsport. That's the last lap. That's the one that really matters. The big thing in fact is the stop suspension as they their way around. It's, well, minimal contact, you'd say.
Minimal contact. Here's Alan Seville, number 2. He's in the car number 11. He's second at the moment. So that's pretty easy to follow. Hello, we've had a turnaround.
And there's the red flag. So out comes the red again.
You're just about away, maybe 3 grand. You're just about away. Be reasonably competitive. Well, it's about 5 in 5. You've got
Ken McDonald 2 laps down. So
there's somebody for luck on the right thing. Here we are. We're racing once again. Let's try and pick up 166 and Zumi is the lady from Wellington, Kimberly Kirkwood. She's in the 5 race stop. 21 81. Here he is coming around the top being 11 and behind him. 8 and 41. I think the big say these first 3 cars. He's a little lumpy, Russ, on this lead. It's going to be stand straight.
well, it is a bit of bouncy balling down there, but for a 1200cc, they've got a real good tune of speed, and the skill factor improving year by year. But the line greases the team with 65 lady. Well, you don't get the lead. First point is going to be a lady 9, but not the line. You see far back is the back.
91 lead car, Andrew McKeeman.
And we're in the last lap too.
There's a bit of a nudge on the start finish line, 42. And 42 is Robin Davenport. He's in the ZA on up, coming through the zone.
It's all about setting the car up and on the track conditions. You can see them there. They're maybe a wee bit too hard at the springing for the conditions, so hence the bouncing in the corners. But certainly all part of the learning, the setting up of the championship cars. And the checkered flag is out. It's all over in the leader and what Ministocks over 8 fairly interesting laps, throwing in a stoppage. And we look nearly. The lap score is very, very busy, people. So that's the call. This is the last of the night. The road marking services, Ministocks feature over 8 laps. They're going to share in the glory. Disappointing that the Health Users Boy Races and the Ian Humphrey Motors Stock Car Grand Slam won't be run tonight, but you can understand why. Number 11, Alan Saville, down there on pole position. On the outside of him is Dean Watts. They're the first 2. Then we go to number 188. Is it? So they're along. So that's the one of the numberless cars. 188. They're all sorted out as they register. A little bit late. Looks like Alan Saville is the man who's made the best of the start. So over 8, what should be 8 very, very exciting laps. They zoom round now. This should be lap number 1 going under the hammer. As they hook it up into the pit turn. Red body car, number 11, Alan Saville. Looking very, very good. Tucked in behind him is Dean Watts. And the first 3, they've got a bit of a break on the field at the moment as they, well, they go into the fast forward mode at the moment. 1200 engines breathing away. That looks like lap number 2 under the hammer. Car number 4 on track with Graham Time would be holding down 3rd place. We go back to number 81, Andrew McKeeman, who won the previous race. So we could have put on a bit of a charge. So now we've got a good dice going on for first and second. A bit of a gap back to 3 and 4. Then a huge gap back to the rest. But it looks like we might have done the front at this moment because between 11 and 8, Alan Saville up against Dean Watts. And Dean Watts having a bit of a look and see around there, putting a lot of pressure on Alan Saville, hooking down into the Pascal Street turn once again.
But it's all James, the leader at the moment, doing a particularly fine job, although there is a bit of pressure. Trying to get around the other side, so where the supporting car is Alan Saville.
Going to work on it. He wanted the rally. He's looking out there. He's going to get in the spot. He's done it. He looks right around the outside, tucks the wall to death, and comes out in front.
Dean Watts has gone around the outside of Alan Saville, and he's now the lead car. And not only is the lead car, but he's probably got the 4 or 5 car lengths on Dean Saville as well. But he's coming back to the
Fortune favors the brave, and here comes, like he's got the brake on the moment, and you can see, well, they're in the lapping department. It makes it a wee bit tricky now because they'll be in the right place at the right time. Alan Saville goes to the outside. There's 3 shipments. They go down the bottom, and they hook out there wider and wider. And, well, at the moment, Dean Watts looking the best, a very, very good thing. This is the last lap already. So the night coming to a close. The Stratford Cup, of course, a wee bit of pushing going on down there. Shove Edwin McKeeman, who's really letting a little bouncy all the time. They go down, giving Andrew Alan Saville a bit of a push as they go around. But the chicken flag coming out, and very well driven race indeed. Watts, isn't it? Brave boy took the lead, took the big gamble, pushed the outside. It pays a big difference. He takes out the Main Street Tyres car. Second home, well, was it number 81 on the outside with Andrew McKeeman. Might have just snuck home ahead of Alan Saville. So that brings down the curtain on the opening night. You've got to say, Pops, a bit of a fun night and not all ways in one, but absolutely incredible considering the weather.
Here's what's happening next time.
Well, which is what it's all about. So away we go. Not yet. So they're burning up a whole lot of it. This is what they packed down the track. What it's all about. A lot of water on it, and that's why they had the saloons and the sprint car. We're going to see the sprint car out a little later on doing a demo on its own, because it's a big sprint car night next Saturday night.
It's the big one, isn't it? Yes, indeed. I think they're probably going to let them go, I think, coming up to this corner. They'll get the start pace shoot down the far end of the straight, and then they'll be letting them go. Interesting to see how Steve Butcher goes. He's had, shall we say, pretty indifferent sort of racing last week. Let's see how well he goes tonight.
Well, they're away. So they get the green for go from Malcolm through up at the first corner and up to the outside, and it's going to be Dean Dingle who's going to lead them down. No, slipping down the inside. He got the motor very quickly. Cameron Claridge is the man who's going to take over in the Brent body car. So that's the way they go. 3/4 of the way through the very first lap as they do a little bit of a juggle, a little bit of a jingle, and up through, that's the end of lap 1. So the Brent body car leading the way through the end of lap 1. Cameron Claridge, and we go behind it to Dean Watts. There's number 841 hanging in there at the moment, the hands of Leighton Door. Well, they settle down, but he loses the spot because we see the yellow number 16 of Dean Dingle moving up. So the charge is on, and then we got the 41 followed, tucked in behind him. Looks like number 36 as we come up to reel off the next lap. But the BBC, the red body cars, it's gone into super mode. Like some 1200s go better than other 1200s.
And number 6 gave the wall a decent sort of a clout there as well, then Steve Thompson. And also I noticed too, 1 or 2 of the others are a little bit close to the wall as well. If you get out towards the wall, head to the sticky stuff, well, there you go. The 86 who just had a complete turnaround. That's Kevin Gribben. He's the blue car. He's on the pit corner at the moment. He's going to wait till the traffic's clear, and then I think he'll enjoy the race. But some of these cars have got some good pace on the road, right? The track is obviously very much to like at the moment.
So we're in the lapping department now, but the lead car is number 11, Cameron Claridge, down through the Paschal Street turn, and he's got a pretty useful sort of a lead at the moment by Dean Watts. In number 8 will have got up into second place, and he's, well, the best part, he's a full 100 metres behind at the moment, and as they play through the lead in and out of the traffic. It's catchy time, and third place, the yellow 16 in the hands of Dean Dingle. 38 nudging down the inside of Simon Christo.
Later Dawn is 41. He had a bit of a nudge with the wall just a wee bit earlier on in the race. He seems to have sorted that out. He's sticking right on the pole line. He ain't going nowhere. He's staying on that pole line. He knows that wall can actually fight.
On the West Coast, he's overseas, isn't he? He's an international driver, struggling on the track, and he's going to go under the hammer of the lapping, the awesome 8-lapper for the Ministocks. Their first of the night, and a good way to start the night. The arena at the Mena Arena looking absolutely magnificent. Goalposts are up for obviously very good reason. There's a message in there.
There's going to be an own goal scored, I think, by 1 or 2 of these guys if they're going to win it close to the wall.
So we still look. 11 is the lead car down in front of the grandstand. They charge all the merry way at the moment. 43. He's putting a little bit of pressure on now as they move through Craig Ellis.
Well, number 118 just did a complete turn around on the start finish line.
Yeah, the Gilhurley, and in there too is quick 66. That'll be Alex Wilson. So he's a little bit of strife as they get up and going and come in. I think that's fast Eddie, isn't it? Luke Healy is 118 on the car, totally control of it all 1200cc's out on the grass. So 11, here we come. Checkered flag time from Malcolm Drew, and a very well driven race all the way. Cameron Claridge, he's going to take out the first of the night. Does a little bit of style for the BBC. Red Johnny Carr's entry. Yep. So he'll come round and take the first checker of the night.
Pretty well deserved too. 66, of course, had a bit of a crunch with the wall.
Yeah, because there's no contact sport. That's only between the cars. There's nothing between the car and the wall.
That's right, there's nothing at all.
So that's the first of the night. The second, the saloons are going to be up. They're up early in race number 2. The Power's Automotive and Exhaust Saloons in heat number 2. Only 4 of them last night, but they were in great form. So checkered flag to be carried and what? 8 lapper. Then we have, well, we're going to see it out again. Just one of them, the big demonstration for next week, the build-up, the Powerful Parts World demonstration, sprint car demonstration, last week before the half-time break. To take us there is going to be the leader and Watt Ministocks. This very, very colourful field out onto the track here, the fabulous oval, the greener arena, the Pena Arena.
In the side of the front of the post now, and they look pretty good now, don't they? They're all sort of up like soldiers, so that's safe. And the track gang have done their repair. In my opinion, one of the best track gangs in the country. It's looking all pretty sweet now, so we'll be underway and we'll let the cars go. There we are, the Robertson Holden start news with the crew. The crewman is on the way, and the Ministocks again behind that. And we'll get those official results through just as quickly as we possibly can for Heat 2 in the Robert Pratt Memorial Standard Stock Race. The APs on the pole line, that's Dean Watts. And keep your eye out for one or two of the more cookie cars tonight. 98P is doing a pretty good performance too. And also car 81. Car 81 is Andrew McKeeman. And they're away. Looks like the first one into the corner is car number 8, that's Dean Watts. It's getting a little bit bumpy around parts of the track for some of the cars. They head into the gloom of the Pascal Street Stadium bend, and no change of positions as they come up the straight. It's heavy traffic there. I think one or two of them are going to surprise themselves. They're only going to find a Ministock and they're halfway in the cab. Number 11, look at that, is he going over? Almost. How close can you be? That was very, very close. There's one or two ruts starting to form on the track, and it is getting a little bumpy for some of the traffic, particularly at number 11. I thought he was trying to go sideways, but the cars are still not pointing in the right direction. 54 screaming around the bottom end at the moment. 54 making the performance. That's John McMillan. Pretty close racing, pretty exciting racing. There we are. We've had that number 7P go on to the infield. That's I think Paul Carrick's driving that one tonight. And this is from Stratford 17S, Mark Woods. And we've stopped the race. A little bit of a pile up on the southern bend there. Got a car over at the side as well from the look of it. Can't pick up the number the way from where we are. A little bit dark and a bit gloomy. The old eyes aren't the best down that far end. Well, he's on his side. We're just going to put him back up. But that's how exciting some of this Ministock car racing gets. It's their Ministocks and all but name. And when things start to get a bit busy, they do jostle around, and there is a little bit of nudge. Strictly non-contact, but the odd thing does happen. And particularly when there's a couple of ruts on the track, it's very easy to drop a wheel into the rut and very, very easy to go over. That's the way it is. We'll just try and see if we can pick up that car back on its wheels again. And I think it was a reasonably gentle roll and a half roll.
Get into the wall last time, you'll be wrecked.
Yeah, I know.
I think our lead car is 54P at the moment, and that's the green and white car. That is John McMillan heading into the pit bend. Beside him is car number 8, and car number 8 is Dean Watts. They're your first and second car at the moment, just about lapping the 7P car of Paul Claridge and the 18 car from Wellington. We just straightened up that car, saw them all out.
It was 61. No, there's not like all of the women, but so many of them are kids. It's quite funny.
And we'll be underway back racing in just a moment or two.
And they're in the pair on
the lead car at the moment, 54. Watson behind him, the car 3 or third car is 81P, that's McKeenan. Butcher, 44, and Clausen, 98 behind him. Now they're all weighing just like a flight of bumblebees. Jumping through the ruts. All looks a pretty reasonable lap times, around 23 seconds for the Ministocks, not bad at all by quickly. The car still wants 8P, so there's been a change, and McKinnon in second place. McMillan 54 is in third place. Clausen in fourth place, fifth place, 98.
Yeah, so the interesting is that McKinnon, who was so quick last week, is starting to fire in the second race of the night. Robinson, if you can hear Bruce out in the middle, if you would see Peter Lash, that's called for Bruce Robinson. If you would see Peter Lash, please. So it looks like it's still Watts McMillan, so it's car 854, 81, 98, 56, and 66. And 66, clickety click. And then 88, and then 44.
Well, the car had the wall on the southern bend, spun around, turned around, it might have been the race leader as well. Thought Seven was going to come in through the pit game for a moment or two, but he's managed to sneak away.
So Paul Claridge a little bit wild out there. Out come the red flag. So they're just got to be very, very quick because they don't have the big crash protection of the standard stocks or the full-blown stocks. And prevention is better than cure. There's nothing just...
Absolutely. He did hit the wall and spun around. He just wants to check that the guys are all A-OK.
And we've got two things with wings tonight. Well, come in spinner. So we've got a super mod, is it? Super modified.
Super modified
and the Brendan Lucas Kokomo Express. Not a bad name, is it, for a sprint car, the Kokomo Express. It's Kokomo in Indiana, which is where the car came from, and sprint cars, a full-time return here to the Robertson Old International Speedway. The first time we've had them full-time in Palmerston North for a very, very long time. And it looks like the kitchen hands have been busy.
Absolutely, the housekeeping's obviously been done, and the vacuuming's been done, the sweeping up, of course,
and
very basic things to have done.
And nice to get a roast supper.
And it is too. Thank you very much indeed.
Is it Jamie Oliver?
If I give you a clue, you might have heard that, I don't know, but there we are, you see, very nice. There we are, we're just sorting out the car on the southern bend, has been carted off now. It was one of the early days.
5 laps have gone, so it's only an 8-lapper. This is the leader and Watt Ministocks, over 8 laps, so they've done 5. Well, the leader has. So we're going to change at the top. It's McKinnon, who's now at the top of the pops. So they're lapping, they're down in the 21s, 21.8908. Last week they lapped in 22.4278. Russell Parker was the quickest. So Russell Parker, is he running here? Don't see him on the list tonight. Trusty Rusty. He's one of those Mr. Fix-It men over in fielding. So away we go. They just get in it. They really wind them up big time, the little 1200cc 4 luggers.
Andrew McKinnon away. Car 81, he's the lead car at the moment, car 81.
81 and then what? So here we go now, got to change Clausen, Humphreys. So it's got McKinnon, Clausen, Humphreys, Watts, Wilson, Butcher, then the 56 car in the hands of Paul Wilson. So Wilson's everywhere. Epplins and Simpson rounding out the top 10. So Young Dawn, number 14, hanging in there on the main line. So burning rubber. There goes the red light again. One's fallen over, one's tripped over there on the front straight. So everyone rushes down to the fence big time, isn't it? Look at them. It's like a lolly scramble gone mad. So they're down there. Now comes the wrecker. So tip it back on its wheels. So well, they're getting right into it tonight. Only the second night of what's going to be a very, very long season.
It's going to be a fabulous season, though. I mean, this is indicative of what these cars are doing. As I mentioned earlier in the night, there's something like 150 entries in the 3 different stock classes, all up total. If you total the 3 classes up, that is absolutely huge.
They're all running. So what we've got these short stock car champs start the new year.
That's right. And look at
on his side, and he jumped off, and then there was one more jump.
It's coming along in February.
You've got the big sprint car extravaganzas.
Dead just about went over too.
She's
Full on.
They're just about
And
to know
visiting
the
sprint cars,
food.
of
There's
course, for
a hell
next
of a
week.
rut
Make
down
sure
there.
you're here.
Yeah.
Robinson Holden International Speedway.
They need to get that rut fixed. It's
And the
the
rugby.
same one market.
What can I tell you at the moment?
I don't know if you...
Only that one team is 27 points better than the other one.
Oh, no prizes for guessing that one. And I guess if you're from the South Island, you'd be pretty happy if you didn't hear it from me. All right, we're just going to get these guys back on their wheels sorted.
7 Ministocks that aren't running it.
They're a load of fun though, aren't they? These things, it's a very, very cheap way to get into the Speedway. And we'll weigh again, and your lead car is 81, that's McKinnon. 88 Humphreys are behind him, Crawford 93, and behind him as well. So there we are, you've got your lead car, that's well and truly sorted out. On the final lap now, so it's only a case for anyone to get out of trouble, keep his snout clean, and just get safely round onto that start-finish line once again. There he is, the flag out. That's it, so wonderful.
They packed down the track. It's all about
losing the lipstick and the makeup, isn't it, I think? So if you do see a cell phone, would you hand it into the Speedway office? We would appreciate it. I don't know any more description of that, but a young lady in a cell phone. I mean, they all get in the group, don't they? And they all got these cell phones, they all try and text. It's just mind-numbing, really, but there you go. So if you do see a cell phone, drop it into the Speedway office. We'll be getting underway. The Ministocks, the guys are just doing a little bit of work on the wall at the moment. And we're going to just check out how that's can 2 for Heat 2 in the Robert Pratt Memorial Standard Stock Race. The 8Ps on the pole line, that's Dean Watts. And keep your eye out for one or two of the more quickie cars tonight. 98P is doing a pretty good performance too. And also car 81. Car 81 is Andrew McKeeman. And away. Looks like the first one in the corner is car number 8, that's Dean Watts. Getting a little bit bumpy around parts of the track for some of the cars. They head into the gloom of the Maxwell Street Stadium bend, and no change of positions as they come up the straight. It's heavy traffic there. I think one or two of them will get tonight. There's only 5 minutes from halfway in the cab. Number 11, look at that, is he going over? Oh, there was. How close can you be? That was very, very close. There's one or two runs starting to form on the track, and it is getting a little bumpy for some of the traffic, particularly at number 11 on it. It's riding sideways, but the cars are still riding and pointing in the right direction. Before screaming around the bottom end of the road, looking all making good performance. That's John McMillan. Pretty close racing, pretty exciting racing. There we are. We've had that number 7P go on to the infield. That's I think Paul Parrish driving that one tonight. And this is our Stratford 17S, Mark Woods. I think our lead car is 54P at the moment. 44 and Wilson running behind him. Another all way, just like a flight of bumblebees. Jumping through the ruts. All looks pretty reasonable lap times, around 23 seconds for the Ministocks, not bad at all, quite frankly. The car still Watts, 8P, so there's a bit of change, and McKinnon in second place. McMillan 54 is in third place, and Corson in fourth place, 98.
Yes, and the interesting is that McKeeman, who was so quick last week, is starting to fire in the second race of the night. Bruce Robertson, if you can hear Bruce there, then if you would see Peter Lash, that's Bruce Robertson, if you would see Peter Lash, please. So it looks like it's a Watts McMillan, so it's car 854, 81, 98, 56, 66, clickety click, and then 88, and then 44.
Well, the car had the wall on the top of there, spun around, turned around, he might have been the race leader as well. Paul Seville was going to come in through the pit gate for a moment or two, but he's managed to sneak away.
So Paul Clark's a little bit wild out there, out come the red fielding, so away we go. They just kept in it, they really wind them up big time, the little 1200cc four luggers.
Andrew McKinnon away, car 81, he's the lead car at the moment, car 81.
81 and Watts, so here we go now with the change. Wilson, Humphrey, so it's got McKean and Clausen, Humphrey, Watts, Wilson, Butcher, then the 56 car in the hands of Paul Wilson, so Wilson's everywhere. Epplins and Simpson rounding out the top 10. So young Dawn, number 14, hanging in there, what a famous lady that is. So the smell of burning rubber, there goes the red light again, one's fallen over, one's tripped over there on the giver.
That's right, and then of course the fantastic event, the team's champs. Way again, and your lead car is only one, that's McKinnon. 88 Humphreys are behind him, Clausen 93 here behind him as well. So there we are, you've got your lead car, that's well and truly sorted out. On the final lap now, so it's only a case for only one, you had a double, you down clean, and just get safely around onto that start finish line once again. There he is, the flag out. That's it, so unofficially, first car over the line was Humphreys, 88, so you did change. McKean was second, and Clausen third, 98, and 8 was Watts, Butcher, Epplin, Dingle, and Wilson.
Incredible power weight ratio, very, very similar to a Formula 1 racing car. And Brendan Lucas's car imported from the fuel bomb. A bit of a chat out there is a bit of a contrast, isn't it?
And actually, as a little sort of salad, it's really, really tasty. It's probably not a dish.
Right.
It's two things on a plate.